Okay, so this is the video for another Addmaths paper. So this video, I'm doing the Selangor Set 2 Paper 2. I did the Paper 1 last video. So now I'm doing the Paper 2, all right? And I leave my WhatsApp here in case some of you wants to ask me some other question from other exercise you want to ask me. You can WhatsApp me in private using this number. Okay. All right. So let's do this paper. Okay, this will be my last video. This is my last video before the SPM. All right. And then I don't know when I will upload my next video already. Okay. So, yep, this will be my last video for SPM revision. So hope you can learn something from this video lah. All right, let's start with question number 1. So number 1A, let's read. It is given that log k base m plus log 1 over k base m equals to t. Find the value of t. Okay, when we are doing this kind of question, indices or log question, I always say the same thing. Check the base. Check the base because you need to make sure they are same base. If it's not same base, there's nothing you can do. Okay, if it's not same base, you cannot continue. So you have to make sure it's same base, right? And you can see the log base here is m and the log base here is m, and there is one formula that you can apply here. Okay, if I give you log a mn, right? Log a mn, can you see it's a single log, and then the m and n is a times relation. So when it's single log times, you can separate, becomes separate log plus. So it becomes log am plus log an. It means from single log times, dia boleh tukar jadi separate log plus. Okay. Then what if I give you log am divide n? Okay, if it's like this, single log divide, then it becomes separate log minus. So it becomes log am minus log an. But I want you to know one thing. You can change from this, right? It means you can change from single log to separate log. But you can also do it the other way. You can also change from separate log plus to single log times. But you have to make sure it's same base lah. And not only that, you also have to make sure depan log tak ada number. Right? Then kalau ada number macam mana? Okay, kalau depan log sini ada number, you boleh naik atas jadi power. Alright? Kalau ada number lah. Alright? So for this A question, you can apply this first formula actually. Alright? Because it's log base m, log base m. So it's same base. And can you see in the middle is plus? So when it's separate log plus, you can become single log times. But make sure it's same base and then depan log tak boleh ada number. Kalau ada number, saya kena naik atas jadi power. But this one depan log tak ada number already. So I can combine these two separate log becomes satu single log. So it becomes log m, and then the k and 1 over k you will times. Okay, it becomes k times 1 over k, right? It means this one from separate log plus, it becomes single log times, right? And then the whole thing equals to t lah. Okay, now how to find the value of k? Find the value of t. So the t is on this side, so I'm just going to leave it there. K and k can cut, you're left with log m1, right? And what is log 1 base m? It would be 0, okay? You can press calculator. If you tekan log 1, any base, it will give you 0, okay? So I'm going to press now. Let's try log 1 base 7. Let's just log 1 base 7, right? Okay, my calculator give me 0. Let's try with log 9 base 1. It's also 0. Yeah, you can try with any number. Yeah, any number will give you 0, okay? So at log 1, any base, it will give you 0. That is why log 1 base m will be 0. Okay, and I can explain to you why. Let me explain to you why. It's because anything power 0 is 1. All right, anything power 0 is 1. Okay, so for example, if I ask you 7 power 0, 1, 5 power 0, 1, 5 power 0 is also 1. Okay, and then what if I tell you 817 power 0 is also 1. Yeah, you can verify this with your calculator. Anything power 0 is 1. It means a power 0 is 1. Do you agree? And the a can be any number. Okay, so imagine changing this to a log supaya dia ada log, right? So how can you tukar from this index form to logarithmic form? You can tukar jadi ada log actually, but you have to pindah the number base, right? And when you pindah the number base to the other side, it becomes the log base, right? And then the 1 is still here, and the 0 is no longer the power lah. The 0 becomes number. That's where this formula come from. When you tekan log 1, doesn't matter what base here, you end up with 0, right? And this is why log 1 base m is 0, right? Because when it's log 1, we don't care about the base. The answer will automatically be 0. Okay. But of course, there is some condition here. The a cannot equals to 1. Yeah. Because if the a is 1, then it becomes log 1, 1 already. Then log 1, 1 is not 0, is log 1, 1 becomes 1 already, right? So of course, the a cannot equals 0. Okay. I mean, a cannot equals 1. And there is also one more condition actually. The a cannot equals 0 also. Okay. Yeah, because if it's 0, then 0 power 0. Because 0 power 0 is a bit tricky. That's special lah. That's the special case, right? But I think for this question, you can just write t equals 0. Yeah, it's only 3 marks. So yeah, okay. All right. So hope you understand my explanation here. So remember, anything power 0 is 1. And then when you pindah the number base to the other side becomes the log base. That is why log 1 base a equals 0. And the a can be any number except 1 and 0 lah. Because if it's 1 and 0, like it will not be 0. Okay. It will be 1 and math error. Yeah. So that one is special case. So don't worry too much about that. Okay. All right. Let's do B. Okay, B, I will do it here. Let's see what I want. Simplify this whole thing. Okay, we will use back the same formula I used just now, which is this formula. All right. But I will, because if you look at this, separate log, separate log, separate log, right? So separate log plus, you can combine, become single log times. Then what about separate log minus? Become single log divide, right? But there's one condition I mentioned earlier. It has to be same base and then depan log tak boleh ada number. Do you remember I told you that in the beginning? It has to be same base and then depan log tak ada number. And if you look at this, the base tak sama. This is base 2, this is base 4, this is base 2. So we all know that we cannot continue from here. We have to change to same base first. All right. So when it's different, when the base is not same, then automatic your priority here is to change to make them same base. So the first one, okay, this is base 2, this is base 4, this is base 2. So can you tell me 2 and 4, both these numbers can change to what base? Can change to base 2, right? So I will change everything here to base 2. Okay, that's the best choice. Of course, some students say, sir, what if I change to base 10? 10 also lah, but I will not do it like that. All right. I will look for all the 2 and 4 and choose the number that 2 and 4 can change to the similar punya base. So 2 and 4 can change to, they both can change to base 2. That's why I end up changing everything to base 2. So the first one is already in base 2. So I'm just going to leave it. Right? I'm just going to copy it down. And then what about this one? This one I have to change base, right? Okay, the formula to change base is like this. Let's say I have log A base B and I want to change to log base C. So what you're going to do is you buka satu log dekat atas and buka satu log dekat bawah, and then the base you put C. And of course the C is the base you want. It can be any base, right? You want to change base 7, then if you want base 7, then you write log 7, log 7. If you want base 5, then you write 5, 5, right? So C is the base you want, right? And then the A you have to write atas, the B you have to write bawah. So basically this is the formula to change base, right? So I think the 5 I have to letak naik atas dulu, right? Okay, because the 5 will cause issue later. So I think it's better if I don't change the base first. I get the, how to say, I naikkan the 5 first. And when the 5 naik atas, it becomes x power 2 power 5 like this. Right? And when the power is side by side like this, you have to times them together, not plus, you have to times. So it becomes x power 2 times 5, which is x power 10. So I can straight away write x power 10 like this. All right? It means next baris baru saya tukar base, right? And then plus, okay, this one 4 log 2x. I think I can also, I think I'll just leave this like this, yeah, because it's already in base 2, yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then equal. Okay, this one sudah base 2, so I will not kacau dia. This one is also already in base 2, saya takkan kacau dia. And then this one I will change base because it's base 4, right? And I want everything to be in base 2 now. So the formula I already write here. It will be buka satu log dekat atas, buka satu log dekat bawah, and then the base you can put any base you want, all right? But of course you will put base 2 because that's the base you want, right? So you want to change to base 2. And remember, siapa tulis atas? A tulis atas, B tulis bawah. Okay, and A is the log number, which is x power 10 lah. And then the bawah, B have to tulis bawah, right? And B is the log base, which is 4. Okay, okay, sampai sini. This 10 actually you can bring it back to the front, right? And let me tell you why I will bring it to the front. It's because log 4 base 2 can cut jadi 2. Okay, log 4 base 2 can cut jadi 2 because log 4 base 2 is the same as log 2, 2 power 2, because 4 is actually 2 power 2. And then we all know this power, you can hantar depan. Okay, Bila ada nombor depan, boleh naik atas jadi power. It means that kalau ada power, dia boleh juga bawa depan, right? So, and then it becomes 2 log 2, 2. And we all know log 2, 2 is 1. That's why the answer is 2. That's why this one I cut, it becomes 2, right? And then this one will be log 2, 2x plus 1. And then this will be plus 4 log 2x. So I'm sure you know now why I said to bring the 10 in front. Because if you bring the 10 in front, it becomes times relation and you can cut with the 2. Because 10 divided 2 is 5, right? So every step I do has a reason, right? And I'm trying to explain to you my thought process and why I'm doing this certain step, like this particular step. So the reason why I bring the 10 in front now is because I want to make it 10 log 2x and then 10 divided 2 cut jadi 5. Okay? And the reason why you can cut it because it's a times relation. All right? That's why I bring it to the front jadi times relation through. So now it will look like this. Log 2 and then here will be 2x plus 1 minus 5 log 2x, which is the same with log 2x power 5. And I will explain to you also why I bring back the 5 naik atas jadi power is because later I will have to simplify. Simplify means I want it to have single log, right? And now it's like separate log. Everything is separate log, okay? But it's same base lah. So it means later the separate log plus I can combine jadi single log times separate log minus I can combine jadi single log divide. But the condition is what? It has to be same base and lagi satu condition depan log tak boleh ada number. So now you understand, right? Why I bring the 5 naik atas is because I'm trying to get ready later to combine everything to single log. I want to make sure sini tak ada number, sini depan log pun tak ada number, and this one also I don't want the number to be there. So the 4 will naik atas jadi power 4 macam ni. And now you can see same base, same base, same base. Everything is in base 2, and then it's separate log minus separate log plus. So yeah, this is the perfect condition to combine them into single log. All right. So these 3 separate log will combine become single log, right? But separate log minus becomes single log bahagi. So it becomes 2x plus 1 divide x power 5. All right. And you understand, right? Why divide? It's because minus. Okay. It's because minus. Minus jadi divide, right? Then what about this one? This x power 4. This x power 4, you have to tulis dekat atas. You know why? Because it's times. And why is it times? Because plus, right? Because the formula is like that. Separate log plus jadi single log times. Separate log minus jadi divide. So minus tulis dekat bawah because bahagi, and then plus tulis dekat atas because darab. Okay, sampai sini you can cut, right? Because it's like something darab something bahagi something, and if everything is like darab punya relation, you can cut this and cut this, right? And when you take x power 4 divide x power 5, it's actually x power negative 1, which is the same with 1 over x. Okay, because when the base sama bahagi, the power will be minus. That's why you end up with 1 over x. It means you end up with x dekat bawah lah. Right? That is why your answer will be log base 2, and then this will be 2x plus 1 over x. And that's your answer. Yeah, that's all. Right? So I sudah berjaya simplify. Alright, this is how you simplify. Okay? Okay, sudah siap. Alright, let's continue. Number 2. Let's read. Diagram 2 shows part of curve x equals fy. So this is the curve equation, x equals fy. And these 2 points is the y-intercept, 1 and 3. Okay. So I think this is an integration question. Okay. So they say given that the area of shaded region is 5 units squared. Let's write it down. Soalan A, area of shaded region equals 5. It means this region lah. And then they say find value of 1, 3, 2 fy dy. Okay, don't look at this first, right? If you look at this, it will confuse. You will get confused, right? Just focus on the information. Area of shaded region is 5, right? It means you can use integration to find the area, right? Right? So it means integrate what? Integrate towards y-axis or integrate towards x-axis, this region. It's integrate towards y-axis, right? Because if you look at the curve, the region is towards y-axis. Okay, so you are integrating the curve towards y-axis. So you integrate dy here, and here you write x. And what the numbers you will write here? So you integrate the curve towards y-axis from where to where? From 1 to 3. So this is 1, this is 3. And this thing will equals to 5. Okay. And for the x, you have to ganti with the curve equation, but they already write x equals fy. So this is fy, dy equals 5. After you convert the information jadi ada integral, sekarang baru you tengok apa yang dia nak cari. Now you can look at what they want. So now what they want, integrate 1, 3, 2 fy dy. Now you can find this. But if you look at this, we already know integrate 3, 1 fy dy is 5, right? But actually it's not 5. It's negative 5. All right? It should be negative 5. Why have to letak negative here? Because area tak ada negative. Okay, area tak ada negative. That is why they, how to say, they they put positive 5, right? But when you do integration towards y-axis, you have to check whether the shaded region is on the left side or the right side of the y-axis. This shaded region is on the left side. That's why it has to equal -5. Okay, so that's why you have to letak negative here, right? Or maybe some student don't want to put negative, can also. If you don't want to put negative, then here you have to put um, uh, modulus. Okay, but if you write modulus also, I don't recommend lah. Okay, I think the best way is to just put a negative like this. Okay, and the negative is because the shaded region is on the left side of or y-axis. All right. Okay, so now we can do this question. So now they wanted me to find this, right? Okay, first thing first, the 2 can take out, right? Because if the 2 dengan fy hubungan dia darab times, you can write in front like this. So it becomes 13 fy dy. Okay, but I don't have integrate 13 fy dy. I only have integrate 31. So how to do? You have to terbalikkan this number, right? So when you terbalikkan this number, 31 fy dy, you have to tambah negative in front. Okay, you have to tambah negative in front. Okay, I repeat one more time. You can terbalikkan these two numbers. Okay, from 3, 1 jadi 1, 3, but you have to tukar tanda. Okay, so now it becomes -2, and the reason why I terbalikkan is because I can sub now. Integrate from 1 to 3 fy dy is -5. So now you can sub. So now -2 times -5 is +10, and this would be the answer. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it, right? Okay, let's continue with B. B says the gradient function. Hey, when you see this word, gradient function, GF, it means dy dx. Okay, gradient function is dy dx. Okay, sometimes they call it gradient curve. Okay, but they are the same meaning. Gradient function, gradient curve, ataupun gradient tangent, they all have lebih kurang sama maksud. They are all dy dx, right? So gradient function is px squared minus 2x. It means dy dx equals to px squared minus 2x, right? So for example, what if the student don't know the meaning of gradient function? What if the student tak tahu gradient function is dy dx? Then cannot do this question. Confirm cannot do one, right? That is why it's very important to know this word. Gradient function, fungsi kecenderungan is dy dx. Okay. So where p is constant, given that the curve passes through point S and point T, find equation of curve. So what you should do now, you shouldn't sub the x coordinate inside, because if you sub the x inside, you are finding gradient tangent, okay, which is not what they want. They want to find equation of curve. It means this is after differentiate. I want to find before differentiate punya equation. Because if they want you to find equation of curve, it means they want you to find y, right? But this is not y. This is dy dx. It means this one is selepas saya differentiate y. So kalau saya nak y jadi dy dx, saya kena diff. Diff means differentiate. Okay. So kalau dy dx nak jadi balik y, I have to do the reverse process, which is called integrate. Okay. Differentiation is pembezaan, integration is pengamiran. So now I have to do pengamiran. I have to integrate. Okay. So in order to find y, this d stands for differentiate, and when you pindah, dia akan jadi integrate symbol, and then px square minus 2x, and then this dx duduk bawah, but when you pindah, dia jadi duduk atas. It means now I have to integrate this equation. And when we integrate px power 2, I will get px power 3 over 3. Because when you integrate, the power have to plus 1, and then you have to divide with the new power. And then minus, okay, integrate 2x, it becomes 2x, power plus 1 become power 2 over 2. And then close bracket, and then the dx have to write plus c. You have to write plus c, okay, because if there's no numbers here, then we call it indefinite integral. It means kamiran tak tentu. And for kamiran tak tentu, you have to write plus c here. Okay, 2 and 2 can cut. And now you have to find the P and the C, right? Because when you find equation of curve, it can only be in terms of X. It means the C and P have to find it. You don't stop your answer here. So how to find your P and C? Well, you can ganti X and Y dalam equation ni. That's why they give you 2 points, yang ada passes through. So the first point is 1, 6. So I will ganti when X equals 1, Y equals 6. So it will be 6 equals to PX, P bracket power 3 over 3 minus x square bracket square plus c. The 2 no need to write already. I cut already, right? So this is 1, this is 1. So now you can find the equation. So it will be 1 power 3 will be 1. So this will be p over 3 minus 1 square, which is minus 1 plus c. So now you get an equation that looks like this. But you can simplify lagi, because this one, 6 dengan 1 boleh buat. So minus 1 hantar jadi plus 1. So jadi 7 equals P over 3 plus C. Okay. But we have to sub lagi satu lagi point, right? Which is the point T. Why we have to sub dua kali is because when you sub satu kali, you cannot find the value of P and C because there's two variable. So what you have to do now is you sub using another point yang ada passes through and then later do simultaneous. So another point when x equals -2, y equals -15, sub inside this equation. So the y will be -15 equals px power 3. So p bracket power 3 over 3 minus 2 cut already. So x square bracket square plus c. So this would be -2, -2. So now it becomes -15. -2 power 3 is -8. So this would be -8 over 3p minus, okay, what is -2 power 2? It will be +4, right? But you still have to write minus because there's another negative here, and then plus c. Okay, and then I can see number dengan number boleh buat. So the -4 can move here, become +4. -15 plus 4, I think it's -11, right? And then here will be -8 over 3p plus c. So now you have your equation 1 and your equation 2. Okay, so now we can do simultaneous lah. Alright, and I will use the elimination method, penghapusan cara. Okay, you can use penggantian also. Okay, can also. If you want to use penggantian, you can maybe jadikan C subject, jadikan C single and then pindah and then ganti masuk dalam sini. Ataupun jadikan P single pun boleh, up to you. Okay, but I'm gonna use penghapusan, and the reason is because the C and the C, they already they already have the same coefficient. Means dia sudah ada kali sama. So I can straight away just take equation 2 minus equation 1 to hapuskan C already. So I don't have enough space, so I will continue here. So I will just straight away do equation 2 minus equation 1. So equation 2, -11 equals -8 over 3p plus C. Equation 1, 7 equals P over, okay, P over 3, you can also write it as 1 over 3p. It's the same thing, P over 3 and 1 over 3p is the same thing, and then plus C. And then you will minus, because you want to hapuskan the C later. -11 minus 7 is -18. -8 over 3 minus 9 over 3 is -9 over 3, which is -3. You can use your calculator to help you, okay? Just press -8 over 3 minus 1 over 3, okay? You will get -3. And then C minus C becomes 0 lah, okay? Eliminate. Sudah hapuskan. So now you can find your P very easily. 18 divided 3 is 6. The negative hilang already, okay? Because negative divided negative is positive, right? Okay, sampai sini how to find C, right? How to find C. So you have to ganti balik inside one of these equation lah. Okay, I don't have enough space now, so I have to kecilkan this. Alright, so I'm gonna continue here. So when P equals 6, okay, how to find C? Let's ganti inside this equation. You want to ganti equation 2 also can, So let's ganti to equation 1. 7 equals P over 3 plus C. P is 6, and then now you get C. Okay, 6 divided 3, you get 2. Pindah jadi -2. 7 minus 2 is 5. But they want to find equation of curve, so you should rewrite y equals, and you have to refer this baris, right? So instead of writing px power 3, you write 6x power 3. Okay, 6x power 3 over 3, because p is 6, right? And then minus x square, so minus x square, and then plus c plus 5 lah, right? Okay, I realize 6 and 3 can simplify. So let's simplify it. So this is the final answer. Y equals 6 divided 3 is 2x power 3 minus x power 2 plus 5. Okay, ini jawapan dia. Okay, hope you understand. This is how I would do the question number 2. Okay, let's do question number 3. Okay, this question is a bit blur, but I think boleh lah. I can see it. Okay, let's go. The first 4 terms of a geometric progression is 27, 18, 12, 8. So if this is the first 4 terms, we can say that the T1 means the first term is 27, T2 is 18, T3 is 12, this one is 8. And if they got give us progression, you can straight away get your A and R, right? So what is your A? A is your first term, 27. And what is your R? R is the common ratio, nisbah sepunya. And how to get the common ratio? You take the T2 bahagi T1. So 18 divide 27. So when you take 18 divide 27, you can cut, divide by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, actually divide by 9. Yeah, because when you divide 9, this becomes 2. Divide 9, this becomes 3. So the R is 2 over 3. Okay, it means every time you go here, you darab 2 over 3, darab 2 over 3, darab 2 over 3, and so on. It keeps going. Okay, now let's see what they want. With the first term A and the common ratio R, by using the given geometric progression, soalan A, derive the formula for n term. Okay, in trial paper, they really like to ask to derive formula. Okay, but for progression chapter, the formula they like to ask, yang paling banyak dia tanya is the SN formula. Alright, SN for arithmetic and the SN for geometry. Yang paling banyak dia tanya. Okay, so I remember in the Sabah paper they got asked, in the SBP paper they got asked. Like what else? I think in Kelantan paper also they got asked to derive the SN formula, right? But this one they actually want to derive the TN formula because they want to derive for the n term, means they want to derive the TN formula. And the TN formula for geometric looks like this: AR power n minus 1. So I'm going to show you how to derive this TN formula now. Okay, first thing first, we have to write down our T1, T2, T3, T4 first. So our T1 is 27. All right, 27. And my T2 is actually 18. But how the 18, where the 18 come from? It's actually 27 times 2 over 3, right? It's not difficult to understand, right? Because the R is 2 over 3. So every time you go here, you times 2 over 3. Then what about the T3? It's actually 27 times 2 over 3, which is the T2, but times is 2 over 3 again. Okay, so we can rewrite this as 2 over 3 power 2. Okay, 2 over 3 power 2. Then what about the T4? What about the T4? The T4 is actually 8. Is 8, but where the 8 come from? It's actually 27 times 2 over 3 times 2 over 3 times 2 over 3. But times 2 over 3 berapa kali? 3 kali. 3 kali, right? And did you realize if you keeps going, it will follow, there is a pattern to this, right? There is a pattern to this. What's the pattern here? When the n is 4, okay, you have to darab 3 kali. When the n is 3, you have to darab 2 kali. And then when n is 2, you have to darab 1 kali. Then when the n is 1, you have to darab kosong kali. It means, what does it mean? It means the power here is always n minus 1. Do you agree? The power here is always n minus 1. And it means, Tn, if we generalize, the Tn formula is actually 27, which is the A, times with 2 over 3, which is the R, So I'm just going to write R. And then the power here is always same with n minus 1. And that's the formula that's derived. Okay, so how many marks for this? 4 marks. I think it's good enough lah. Okay. Yeah, I think I will just do it like this. Yeah, there's nothing else to show here, so I'll just write derived. Okay. Okay, let me let me tambah sikit. Right? So this one is 27 times 2 over 3, right? But actually it's 2 over 3 power 1. Okay, but usually we don't write the power 1, okay? But it's actually power 1. Then what about yang T1 yang ni? This one also got times 2 over 3, but it's actually 2 power 3 power 0. Okay. All right, what is 2 over 3 power 0? Okay, remember anything power 0 is 1. It's not 0. Some student thought because banyak student akan fikir macam tu. They thought, oh, anything power 0 is 0. But no, if you press calculator, any number power 0 is 1. That is why 27 times 1 is 27. Right? And then the next one is 27 times 2 over 3. And then 27 times 2 over 3 power 2 times 2 over 3 power 3. That is why the formula is AR power n minus 1. Because when the n is 1, the power is 0. When the n is 2, the power is 1. When the n is 3, the power is 2. You see, the power is always n minus 1. Okay, so this is how I would derive the Tn formula. Okay, so that's it. Let's do B. B says find the sum to infinity. So S infinity formula is A over 1 minus R. The A for this is 27. The R for this is 2 over 3. So just sub inside. But you have to buat yang bawah dulu. So 1 minus 2 over 3 is 1 over 3. But I have to write bracket. Okay. And when you tekan also, you have to tekan bracket. So what is 27? Divide bracket 1 over 3. Okay. I'm pressing my calculator. My calculator give me 81. So that's the answer. Right. So you just write 81. Then sudah siap. Okay. It's quite simple. Let's continue. Okay, number 4. So let's do A. Given that fx equals to px plus q, let's write down the information. Fx equals px plus q, comma, f square x. It means f, big bracket f. Okay, it means ff. F power 2 means ffx equals to 4x minus 3, such that p bigger than 0. It means the p has to be positive lah. Okay, so definitely maybe later your p will have 2 answers, right? And then you have to choose the answer that is positive and reject the negative answer. Okay, maybe lah, I'm just guessing. Okay, because why would they tell us p bigger than 0, right? So I have a feeling that maybe there's two P answer. Okay. Kalau tak, dia takkan mention macam ni, right? Okay, so soalan A, find the value of P and Q. So I'm just gonna try to do it now. Okay, start from composite function, because if you start from the fx, nothing much you can do. You have to start from composite function. So fx equals 4x minus 3. So the 4x minus 3, I'll just write it. But the ffx, I can sub, right? But you have to buat fx yang dekat dalam dulu. So the outside f yang dekat luar ni kita biarkan, and then the fx inside here I can sub with px plus q, right? Because fx is px plus q. Okay. Okay, after you do this, now you can continue. How to continue? After you do the function f yang dekat dalam, now you can tengok f yang dekat luar. So f dekat luar sekarang is function f, right? But if you look at the information, you actually have the function f, right? This is function f, this is function f. It means both of these is the same function. It means you can write down the px plus q dekat sini. But when you write px plus q, be careful. You cannot write px plus q, because can you see the bracket x change to px plus q? It means the x at the other side also have to change to px plus q. So this is how you have to do it. And then the whole thing is still equals to 4x minus 3. And now what you have to do is expand and then compare. Expand and then compare. That's how you do it, right? So p times p will be p square x, p times q will be pq, and then plus q equals 4x minus 3. And sampai sini you jangan pindah, because if you pindah, it doesn't help you, because this equation have three unknown, have p, have q, have x. So if you pindah, it doesn't help you. What you should do now is to compare. So if you look at the right side, other x, other number. On the left side also other x, and then other number. So it means we can compare lah. How to compare? Okay, when we compare, we have to look for the similarity. Okay, apa yang ada dekat both side? Apa yang both side pun ada x kan? So we can compare the coefficient of x. It means the perkali for x. So p square kita boleh connect dengan 4, right? Then what about the negative 3? Okay, the negative 3 is not q, it's pq plus q. You have to take the whole thing. You cannot just ambil q saja, it's the whole thing. So it becomes pq plus q equals negative 3, right? And now you can find your p easily and then sub inside, right? Okay, when you square root 4, you have to write two answers, okay? Because when you square root, there's actually plus minus sign. So it becomes p equals plus minus 2. And do you remember they say p has to be bigger than 0? Yeah, the soalan mentioned, right? It means p must be positive. So it means since p has to be bigger than 0, p must be 2 lah. It means we will reject the negative 2 answer. Okay, so we end up taking 2 only as my answer. Then what if the soalan tak cakap yang ni? What if one day the soalan never mentioned this? Then you take both answer. Then it means you will have 2p answer and then 2q answer. Okay, but this question got mentioned p has to be bigger than 0. That means you will only have one answer for p, one answer for q. So the 2 now you sub inside here become 2q plus q equals negative 3. 2q plus q is 3q equals negative 3. Q is negative 3 divided 3 negative 1. So that's the answer. P is 2, q is negative 1. Okay, sudah siap. Now we continue with soalan B, right? Okay, soalan B, they want me to find f power 3x. It means f, x, right? 3 kali, right? But actually, you already have fx, right? You already have fx. What is fx? Px plus q, which is 2x plus q. So p is 2, so 2x plus q, it means plus negative 1 means minus 1, right? So you already have your fx and you already have your ffx. So if you want to find f power 3x, it's the same as finding f and then ff. But the ff, you can also write it like this, f power 2x. Okay, you can also write like this, right? And don't forget, you have the f power 2x. Okay, you have the f power 2x and you also have the fx. Okay, that's why it's very easy to do it. Okay, maybe some students, they want to do it like this, f power 2 fx. Can also lah. Can also, this one and this one is the same. Yeah, you will get the same answer. Alright. Okay, so remember to buat dalam dulu. So yang dekat luar F jangan buat dulu. But the F power 2x kita boleh masuk. So F power 2x is this one, right? 4x minus 3. So you just put it in 4x minus 3. And then now we have to focus on the F, the outside F. So this outside F, did you notice this is also a function F? So this is F, this is F. It means they are the same function. It means we can write down the 2x minus 1 down here. We can write it down 2x minus 1, but you have to be careful when you write it down. You cannot write 2x minus 1 because the x, the bracket x, already changed to 4x minus 3. It means the x on at the other side also have to change to 4x minus 3. Okay? Okay, now you can expand. 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times negative 3, negative 6, minus 7, 1, negative 7, right? So this is your f power 3x. Okay? So now you can do C already. Okay? So that's the answer for B. Okay, now we do C. C says what? By studying the pattern of fx, f power 2x, f power 3x, determine the general rule f power nx, where n is the number of times. So we all know fx is what? 2x minus 1. And then f power 2x is 4x minus 3, right? And then what is f power 3x? It will be 8x minus 7. And what they want you to do is generalize, make it into a formula, and form a formula for f power nx. That's what they want, right? So if you notice, when there's no power here means power 1, right? When it's power 1, the number in front of x will be 2. But when it's power 2, then the number in front of x will be 4, right? And then when the power is 3 here, then the number in front of x will be 8. It means this is definitely the 2 power n. Do you agree? Because when the n is 1, this will be 2. Because 2 power 1 is 2, right? And then when this is 2, this becomes 4, right? It means that the number here is actually 2 power this number, right? That's why 2 power 1 is 2, 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 3 is 8. So that's why this is 2 power n. Then what about the minus 1, minus 3, minus 7? Okay, the minus we can write it out, but the 137, this is the difficult part, right? This is the difficult part. But so 137 actually come from where? So when this is 1, this is 1, right? Okay, and then when this is 2, this becomes 3. Okay, but when this is 3, this becomes 7. So it's like, what is the relation here, right? So I'm gonna draw it in arrow diagram so that it's simple for you. So when this is 1, the image is 1, right? It means when the object is 1, the image is 1. And then when the object is 2, the image is 3. And then when the object is 3, the image is 7. So this is and we have to figure out the connection here. Like how can, what is the pattern here? What is the connection? What is the relation? Okay, what is the relation between this, right? So what is the function here? 1 jadi 1, 2 jadi 3, 3 plus 7. Okay, 2 macam mana nak jadi 3? Plus 1, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. But if you look at the other one, 1 plus 1 is 2. You don't get 1, right? And then 3 plus 1 also, you don't get 7. So definitely the pattern is not plus 1. Okay, so what is the pattern here? Let's think about this. Okay, I sudah nampak. If you look carefully, you don't have to just okay. Jangan because we are only focusing on this and this, right? 1 jadi 1, 2 jadi 3, 4, 3 jadi 7, right? But actually we can focus on this also. 2, 4, 8, right? Because if you realize, when this number is 2, this is 1. Okay, when this is 4, this is 3. When this is 8, this is 7. And you can very easily see what's the pattern here, right? When this is 1, sorry, when this number is 2, this is 1. When this is 4, this is 3. When this is 8, this is 7. It means the number dekat belakang sini is always the number here minus 1, right? Because 2 minus 1 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, 8 minus 1 is 7. It means yang belakang ni you have to write 2 power n minus 1. But I have to put bracket lah, okay? Okay, let me explain a bit why is it 2 power n minus 1. Because this one, when you generalize, you already jadikan 2 power n, right? But the number at the back here depends on the number here, right? It's always it's always this number minus 1. It means 2 power n minus 1, right? But you have to put bracket, of course, okay? And when you open the bracket, when you expand, it becomes 2 power n minus 2 power n plus 1. Okay, and this is the answer. Okay, when you generalize, when you get this is the answer. Actually, I forget satu benda yang sangat penting. I forget to write x. Yeah, the x is very important. Sorry. So this one have to write x. So let me betulkan. It's actually 2 power n x minus, right? So the final answer will be 2 power n x minus 2 power n plus 1. Because they got x here, right? So when you generalize, the x also should be there. Okay, so this is the formula ataupun the general rule, okay, for f power n x. Okay, the formula, when we generalize for f power n x, this is the formula. Okay, so sudah siap? Hope you understand my explanation. Let's continue. All right, number 5. Okay, let's read the question. It is given that sine square x equals to 4 cos square y. So when we see square, high chance can use basic identity. Okay, because basic identity is all about square. Okay, okay, tak apa, kita baca dulu. Find the acute angle. Acute angle means less than 90. It means this angle is in quadrant 1. Okay, find the acute angle for x and y that satisfy the equation 2 cos square x plus sine square y equals to 1. Okay, macam mana nak cari x and y? They already say x and y both first quadrant, right? So macam mana nak buat? They give us two equation, right? Let's write down the first equation. Sine square x equals 4 cos square y. This is the first equation they give us. The other equation is 2 cos square x plus sine square y equals to 1, right? Okay, it's very obvious that we cannot find x and y using one equation because it's impossible, because there's two different unknown inside the equation, and it's x and y, and they are both angle, and it's two different angles. So definitely we cannot solve it using one equation. That's why they give us two equation, and both these equation have x, y. It means we have to do simultaneous lah. We have to somehow combine these two equation jadi satu equation. And the method we use is either substitution or elimination. Okay, penggantian or penghapusan lah. But if I am you, I can ganti actually. Can I ganti? This one is sine square x, this one sine square y. So it's not the same thing. So how 1 minus cos square x. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, I think I know already. Yeah, we will be using basic identity, right? So basic identity, we learn about the first formula, sine square x plus cos square x equals 1. You remember this? This is the basic identity formula that we learn in our syllabus. So it means sine square x can change to 1 minus cos square x, because this plus cos square boleh pindah. So this sine square I will write 1 minus cos square x. Okay, maybe you will ask me, sir, why? Why, teacher? Why you change this to this? It's because this one later got cos square, the other equation also got cos square, then I can do simultaneous. I can ganti, ataupun I can jadikan cos square single and then ganti, ataupun buat penghapusan also can. Okay, so that is why I change to cos square. Because if I don't do that, I cannot ganti. Because look at this. This is sine square x, this is sine square y. This is cos square y, this is cos square x. So I can't ganti. So the only way is to use the basic identity. So 1 minus cos square x equals to 4 cos square y. Lepas tu, I will try to make the cos square x single. It means I want the cos square x to be the subject. So what I'll do is I'll pindah the minus cos square, jadikan dia positive cos square x, and then the 4 goes here, becomes 1 minus 4 cos square y. And the reason why I do this is because I want to ganti this inside the cos square x here later. So now it becomes what? So now it becomes 2. Instead of writing cos square x, I will ganti this 1 minus 4 cos square y plus sine square y equals 1. And then this one you can sub inside, become 2 times 1, 2, 2 times negative 4, negative 8. And then cos square y plus sine square y equals 1. And then, how to continue? Let's see. Can we factorize? Okay, it's sine and cos. Okay, we can use basic identity again, because now my equation walaupun dia ada satu sahaja variable iaitu y, but you have two different trigo. Okay, you have sine and cos, right? And you cannot solve when it has two different trigo. You want your equation to have sine sahaja all the way ataupun cos sahaja all the way. So I think I have to convert the cos square jadi apa? Okay, if you want to find cos square, you can pindah the sine square to the other side, so it becomes 1 minus sine square x. But for this, you have to write sine square y, because this is cos square y, and then plus sine square y equals to 1. Okay, lepas tu, now your equation is like the whole have sine only, right? So now you can solve it easily already. It becomes 2. Okay, this one you cannot do 2 minus 8 negative 6. Tak boleh salah. Tak boleh ambil 2 minus 8. Because this one got bracket, you have to do bracket first. So negative 8 times 1, negative 8. Negative 8 times negative, positive 8 sine square y plus sine square y equals 1. Now you can solve for y already. Now you can cari y, okay? But there is a square here. It means this is a quadratic equation involving sine y. It's a quadratic equation. So it means you have to pindah everything to one side equals 0. and then solve for sine y. Okay, so 8 sine square plus 1 sine square is 9 sine square y, right? And then 2 minus 8 is negative 6, but the negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7, okay? And then equals 0. Okay, because 1 when you pundah jadi minus 1. So 2 minus 8 minus 1 is negative 7. Okay, now how to find the sine y? Okay, I think I can pindah the 7, negative 7 pindah jadi positive 7, and then 9 jadi bahagi macam ni, right? And then sine y equals to square jadi square root. But when you square root, you have to write plus minus. Okay, so it will be plus minus square root 7 over 9 lah. Okay, and what is square root 7 over 9? Let's press calculator. So square root 7 over 9. Okay, my calculator give me 0.8819. Okay, let's write 4 significant figure, 8819. And the other side is still sine y, and don't forget to write the plus minus sign. Okay. Okay, now you can find your angle y, but you have to pindah sign to the other side, and then you have to tekan shift sign. Then what about the plus minus? Okay, the plus minus tak payah tekan. The plus minus only indicates quadrant, right? So let's check which quadrant. Add sugar to coffee. All sine, tangent, cos. Okay, sekarang your sine value is positive or negative? It's actually positive and negative. It can be positive and negative. It means 4 quadrant also you take. Okay, 4 quadrant also you take, because sine positive, the first quadrant and the second quadrant. Okay, but your sign is actually negative also. So third quadrant, it means 4 quadrant semua you kena ambil, right? But before you get the answer for the 4 quadrant, you need to find your reference angle first. So I'm gonna write RA here. What is RA? Reference angle. And how to get the reference angle? You tekan shift sign 0.8819. Don't tekan the negative. Don't tekan the negative. Okay, just tekan shift sign 0.8819, or you can use the answer button. Okay, I usually write in degree minute. So it's 61 degree 52 minutes, but this is not your final answer. To find your actual value for y, you have to how to say, convert into the quadrant. Okay, so which quadrant you want now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So quadrant 1 answer will be 61 degree 52 minutes. The quadrant 2 answer will be here, right? But the reference angle is here, so that's why you take 180 minus, right? So 180 minus to get this angle. So let's press 180 minus 61 degree 52 minutes. 118 degree 8 minute. Okay, 118 degree 8 minute. And then the next one is, to get the third quadrant, you have to ambil sini sampai sini, which is 180 plus with the reference angle. So 180 plus 61 degree 52 minute. My calculator give me 241 degree 52 minute. And then the last one is the fourth quadrant, which is 360 minus the reference angle to get the angle here. So it will be 360 minus 61 360 minus 61 degree 52 minute. Okay, finally I get my answer. My calculator gives me 298 degree 8 minute. Okay, but let me tell you, the question already mentioned x and y has to be acute angle, right? That is why all this you have to cut, cut, cut. It means you have to reject all this answer. But even though the soalan already mentioned one acute angle, I still recommend you to write the answer like this. But don't padam, don't correction tape. Just draw a line like this. Okay, let the pemeriksa know this is the full working, and let the pemeriksa nampak you punya semua working. Okay, don't try to, how to say, erase it. Just show them the working like this. It means my answer is like this. All right, it's only this. Okay, then maybe some of you will ask, hey sir, then why you waste your time? Just stop your working here lah. Why you have to do all this? Because I want students to understand the whole concept. Okay, I don't want you to just boleh buat soalan ni, tapi kalau saya bagi soalan lain, you tak boleh buat, right? So you need to know the whole concept. Okay, that's why I want to explain the whole thing. Okay, belum siap lagi ini hanya y. I still kena cari x. So how to find x now? So can I ganti dalam sini? Wait, let me think. They want to find y and x, right? So I sudah cari y. So to find x, macam mana? Let's see. I think I can. Okay, I already know my sine y. But if I ganti dalam sini tak dapat. So macam mana nak cari? Let me think. Cos square y. Cos square y. Okay, cos square y sebenarnya boleh jadi apa? 1 minus sine square y, right? So let me think. Sine square y. Okay, so from here I already find my y answer. So to get the x answer, I will try to ganti this one, 1 minus 4. Okay, the cos square y, okay, I know the sine square y is 7/9. So what I will try to do is I will use the basic identity lah. So cos square y is actually what? Okay, cos square x is 1 minus sine square x. So cos square y will be 1 minus sine square x. And then the sine square x later I will just, sine square y. Because this one is y, right? So this should be y also. Okay, and then the sine square y later I can ganti this one lah, equals to cos square x. Okay, so now it becomes 1. This one cannot do 1 minus 4. You have to take negative 4, what bracket do? So it will be minus 4, negative, negative, positive. 4 sine square y equals cos square x. And then 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Plus with 4 sine square y is 7/9 equals to cos square x. And then cos square x equals to this whole thing. This just press calculator. Negative 3 plus 4 bracket 7/9. 7/9. Okay, my calculator give me 1/9. Okay, 1/9. If you change to decimal, it's 0.1111. 0.11. Okay, now how to find cos x? Okay, the square have to go first. So become plus minus square root 0.1111. So now your cos x equals to plus minus. Let's tekan calculator. Square root answer 0.33333. Okay, just write 4 significant figure. Okay, now you can find your x, right? But you have to write down your reference angle first. Lepas tu baru tulis x. So what would be the x value? Okay, let's find out a reference angle first. So when you find reference angle means you have to tekan shift cos. Okay, so when you tekan shift cos, you tekan shift cos 0.33. 70 degree, 32 minutes. Okay, but that's not the final answer. That's just the reference angle. Okay, and remember, don't tekan the negative. The positive negative only trying to tell you the quadrant. So now you have to consider quadrant, add sugar to coffee. Okay, which quadrant? Cos bernilai positif dan negatif. Okay, if cos positive is quadrant 1 and quadrant 4, but the cos is negative also, right? So if quadrant 2 and quadrant 3 also, it means you take all 4 quadrant. Okay, all 4 quadrant. So the first quadrant answer is the reference angle lah. Because it's from here, it means that's the reference angle, 70 degree, 32 minute. The next quadrant answer will be here, which is 180 minus the reference angle. So 180 minus answer, 109 degree, 28 minute. And then the third quadrant answer will be from here, pusing sampai sini, which is 180 plus with the reference angle. So I will get 250 degree, 32 minute. And then the last one is from here to here, which is 360 minus the reference angle. 360 minus 70 degree, 32 minute. Okay, my calculator give me 289 degree, 28 minutes. Okay, but we all know we will end up cancelling all this answer. Yeah, I will reject all this answer. I will only take this answer. You know why, right? Because acute angle mah. Yeah, the soalan says already, x and y is acute angle. But I want you to show them the working like this. Okay, I want you to show them you surah buat yang ni, jangan padam, jangan correction tape. Just potong guna satu line macam ni. Alright? Because if the soalan never mention acute angle, you actually have to write down all the answers here. Okay, and I want you to know that. Okay, that is why I explained the whole concept. Alright, so this is my A answer. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, let me just double check something. 70 degree, 32 minute. What if I change to decimal? 70.53. Okay lah, sama dengan skema lah. Yeah, it's the same answer. It's just that I write in degree minute. Okay, now we can do soalan B. Okay, soalan B, they says, use the graph paper to solve this question. Graph paper. Did they provide me graph paper? Oh, okay, dia ada bagi graph paper. Okay, so use graph paper. By using a scale 2 cm to pi over 8. Alamak, what is pi over 8? Okay, pi over 8 radian. If you convert to degree, how you convert? You darab 180 over pi, right? So you potong 180 divide 8, what you get? You will get 22.5 degree. Okay, 22.5 degree. Okay. And then they want you to use this on the x-axis. And then 2 cm to 0.5 on the y-axis. Draw the graph for y equals sine 2x. But they only want you to draw until 0 until pi. Okay, so Wow, this is very rare, huh? Because usually when they ask us to sketch the trigo graph, they will not ask us to draw it in the graph paper. They will just ask us to sketch. Sketch means you just do it in the answer space provided. You don't even have to there's no scale involved. Like you just sketch larger. But this one they want us to actually draw it in the graph paper. So let's just follow the instruction. For the y-axis, they say 2 cm to 0.5. But if it's sine 2x, the graph will look like this. Sine 2x, it will be one like this is one sine x. Sine 2x will be like this. And dia habis dekat 2 pi. It means 360 degree. Dia habis dekat 360, which means 2 pi. And the amplitude will be 1 actually, because that other number depan means 1. And it means the amplitude is 1. So this is your answer actually. But they only want you to draw until pi, right? It means you have to erase the extra punya part. Okay. So, okay, tak apa. Let's draw the axis first. First thing is to draw the y-axis. So they say 2 cm to 0.5. So I mean, this will be 2, 1.5. This will be 1.0. This is 0.5. This is 0. And then this is negative 0.5. And then negative 1.0. Actually, you don't need to label sampai 2 actually. Yeah, like this is enough already. Because the amplitude is only 1, right? Let's double check one more time. Yeah, 2 cm to 0.5 on y-axis. So you just need 0.51 and that's all. Okay. Then what about this one? 2 cm to pi over 8. Okay, pi over 8. So it means this is 0. This will be pi over 8. Okay. Or you can say 22.5 degree, right? And then what is the next one? Uh, the next point will be pi over 8. After pi over 8, it means pi over 4 lah. Okay. Ataupun you boleh cakap 2 pi over 8. Yeah, this one is 2 pi over 8. Okay, or pi over 4, because this one can cut, right? And then this one will be 3 pi over 8. Okay, and this one will be 4 pi over 8. And then this one will be 5 pi over 8. So will be tak cukup tepat lah. Why not enough space? 7 pi over 8, 8 pi over 8. It means I need to draw my graph dekat tepi lah. Because if I do like this, tak cukup tepat. Okay, so yeah, I have to pindah everything and do it on the side here. Kalau tak cukup tepat. So this is 0, 0, negative 0.5, negative 1.0. And I have to erase all this lah. Okay, no problem. Okay, so this one is pi over 8 has to duduk sini lah. And then this one is 2 pi over 8. Okay, I have to erase everything already. So erase, 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 erase. Okay, so this one is 2 pi over 8. This one will be 3 pi over 8. And then this one will be 4 pi over 8. This one will be 5 pi over 8. This one will be 6 pi over 8. This one will be 7 pi over 8. This one will be 8 pi over 8. Which is pi lah. 8 pi over 8 is pi. Okay. So I'll just write pi dekat sini. Right. And then this is the x-axis. Okay. And then this is the y-axis. Okay. So let's draw it. Let's draw out the axis. Okay. Now we can start to draw the sine graph. Right. Okay. We already know this is a sine 2x graph. And it will have two, because the sine graph, the shape must look like this, like a wave, right? But it will be two wave, right? But actually, two wave is for 2 pi. If you draw until 2 pi, if they draw until pi, you will draw until here only. It means this is your final answer. It's just one wave, right? But if you look at this and you draw one wave sampai pi, it's very it's like you can do it like that, but it's better if you find out the coordinate actually. Okay, I already know the first point will be 0, 0. The last point will be here, right? And there is a middle point here, right? But it's important to find out the middle here, right? So where do you think is the middle here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the middle here is here. So I assume it's here lah, right? And then this one, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And definitely the middle here is here. And when it's middle, definitely is the turning point. So this will be your graph like this. Like this. Oops. Like this. Alamak. Okay, it's very hard for me to draw nicely. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 This one let me cantikkan. Okay. So then here will be like this. Okay. Give me some time. Okay, like this, like this. Okay. So this is the answer. Y equals sine 2x, right? Okay, let me double check. Is that really what the question wants? By using scale 2cm, draw the graph y equals sine 2x for 0 until pi. So yeah, this is sine 2x, but y only got one cycle because they only draw until pi. Okay, let me explain a bit. Let me tambah sikit kenapa saya tahu the middle point is here. It's because we already know it's actually one sine graph because this graph is actually very easy, right? But sometimes the graph can be very difficult, like got modulus and then got plus minus. For those type of question, I recommend you to find the coordinate. I recommend you to find the specific coordinate dekat mana exact coordinate of the point, right? But this type of equation is like very simple. You already know it's sine 2x. It means two cycle, two sine graph in 360-degree. But they only want you to draw until pi, which means 180-degree. That's why you only have one graph. That's why it's very easy to cut. Yeah, it's very easy to know where's the middle, and then where's the middle, and then where's the middle. So if you look at this, the half of pi is 1/2. It means definitely it's here, right? And then the half of this is here. So this will be where the maximum value, the maximum point lah. And then the minimum point will be dekat sini, right? Okay, I know in the schema they did it different, right? They go and find the points for all the point. They even find points for pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8. I think yeah, can also. Okay, can also. But it will take a lot of time. Okay. And you will end up with the same answer anyway. So I'm not gonna do it. Okay. All right. But can also, you can find the coordinate. If you try to ganti the like every value like this, like pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, ganti all this inside this equation to find the y coordinate, can also. Okay. Yeah, you will end up with the same, your graph will end up looking like similar, like same as this. Okay. So yeah, I think this is good enough. How many marks? 4 marks. Okay. Yeah, hope you understand. All right, that's all. Let's continue. Okay, soalan number 6. This is definitely a vector question. Let's read. Diagram 6 shows a triangle ABC. Point N lies on straight line C to B. Let's check. N lies on C to B. Okay, betul. Such that CB is 3CN. What does it mean by this? It means CB ratio is 3, CN ratio is 1. Okay, remember always baca dalam dengan dalam, luar dengan luar. So CB is 3, means the whole thing is 3. And then the CN ratio, tak ada benda here means 1. So CN ratio is 1. And you have to circle it. Ratio, we always bulatkan. Okay, CB ratio is 3, means this is 2 lah. Okay, you cannot write 3 here. This is NB. Okay, C to B is the whole line. So 3 minus 1 is 2 like this. All right. Okay, or you can also convert jadi fraction. CB over CN equals 3 over 1. And then CB ratio CN equals 3 ratio 1. And then you label CB ratio 3, CN ratio 1. Yeah, can also is the same thing. But I usually teach my student to terus directly can baca the ratio. You tak payah convert jadi fraction pun boleh baca. Okay. So yeah, it's up to you lah. Okay. Alright. Let's continue here. It is given that vector AC is 8x. So A to C means the arrow have to point to C. Okay, they already put the arrow for me. So I'm just gonna label 8x. Okay, next one. AM is 6y. AM A to M. So the arrow have to point to M and then 6y. Next one. M to B 4y. M to B. So the arrow is like this 4y. It means the whole thing is 10y lah. Okay, the vector from A to B is 10y because 6y plus 4y 10y. It means can I find vector BC? Yes. Vector B to C will be negative 10y plus 8x. Okay, because A to B is 10y, so the balik means negative 10y plus 8x. Okay, okay, let's see the next one. AQ equals to NAN. This one you cannot label. Yeah, you can't label this information. You know why? Because they never give me the N. If they give me the N, for example, AQ equals 3AN, just like this one, right? If they give you the number in the middle like this, then at least I can label, because the 3 will tell you the ratio. It means AQ ratio 3, AN ratio 1, right? But when they don't give me the value, they just put N there. It means I don't know what is the ratio and I cannot label. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, I don't know the ratio for AQ and AN. So because they never give me. So this one I will just leave it for now, right? Because I cannot label it. So now I will straight away do A question 1. Okay, I'm already done labeling. Now let's do question 1. CM vector. So what is the vector C to M? Mana CM? Okay, I will draw a line C to M. So they never draw me the line, but I draw it myself. C to M. So this vector is the vector I want to find. So very easy. Just do CA plus AM. If you go CB plus BM also can. Yeah, you will get the same answer. Okay, but you have to find the CB vector lah if you want to do it like this. But if you go CA AM, it's much more easy actually, because CA and AM vector is already given. So vector CA is negative 8x, right? So you have to tambah negative because this one is A to C. I want C to A. So when you terbalikkan the arrow, you have to tukar tanda lah. And then vector AM is 6y, so plus 6y. Okay, sudah siap. Question number 2. Cn vector. So vector C to N. Which one is C to N? This one is C, this one is N. Okay, C to N vector, walaupun saya tak ada vector C to N, tapi saya ada ratio dia. And can you tell me Cn vector is actually anak kepada siapa? Cn vector is anak kepada siapa? Cn vector is anak kepada Cb vector. Okay? Because C to N is actually sebahagian daripada C to B. C to N is a part of C to B, right? Because C to N is one portion, C to B is three portion. It means Cn is actually 1 over 3 Cb. I repeat one more time. C to N is 1 over 3 C to B, and you can find vector C to B. I mentioned this in the beginning already. Vector C, but when I mentioned earlier, I mentioned B to C. But it's the same lah. If you can find B to C, means you can find C to B. So how to find C to B? Negative 8x plus 10y. Okay? Because C to B, it means you go C to A to B. So negative 8x plus 10y. Okay? And then now you have to times 1 over 3, means divide 3. So negative 8 over 3x plus 10 over 3y. Okay, divide 3, divide 3. So that's the answer. Okay, so that's yep. Very easy, huh? Okay, let's do B now. So B, number 1, B, I'll do it here. They want to express vector CQ in terms of n, x, y. Okay, do you realize when you're doing A, they want me to express in terms of x and y only. But for B, they want in terms of x, y, and then n. How can you make your answer have n? In your diagram have n? No, right? This every vector here is in terms of x, y. So if you want your vector answer to be in terms of n, you must use information yang ada n. So can you tell me which information here have n? It feels like I'm Dora the Explorer. I'm trying to ask you, like I'm asking you to show me where's the information yang ada n. So can you see it? Point to your screen now. Okay. Okay. So which information have n? This one lah. Because in the whole question in the whole soalan, hanya sini sahaja yang ada n. Okay. N yang huruf kecil lah, not the n huruf besar. The n yang huruf kecil. Okay. The small letter n. So this, it means when I do B1 question, I have to use this information no matter what. Because if I don't use this information, my answer will not have n. Okay. But how to use this information? This is vector AQ. I want to find vector CQ. So what will be the connection between them? C to Q, A to Q. So what is the missing here? C to Q, A to Q. The missing line here is C to A, right? So if you want to find CQ, you can go CA plus AQ. Okay. And then AQ, you boleh ganti dengan NAN. Sudah boleh buat lah. If you buat macam ni, your answer have n already lah later. It means you already use this information. Okay. But you have to fill in the CA vector. And also you have to find out the AN vector later. So what is the CA vector? CA vector is negative 8x. And then what is the AN vector? AN vector, don't have. So how? You can do AC plus CN lah. AC vector plus Cn vector, right? And then it becomes negative 8x plus n bracket. Okay, the AC vector is given 8x. And then Cn vector, you can tiru here. Yeah, because the A, you already find it in A just now. So your Cn vector answer is this one, right? So just masuk saja. So you can, you don't have to write plus here actually. Okay, you can change the plus to minus 8 over 3x plus 10 over 3y like this. Okay lah, sudah siap already. Now you just expand the n, then you get the answer already. So negative 8x plus, okay, darab n, 8 and x, darab n, 8 over 3 and x. Wait, uh, wait, let me think. 8 and 8x minus. Okay lah, I think you can tolak dulu, right? Yeah, so the n, I don't want to expand first, I tolak dulu. 8x minus 8 over 3x. X dengan x boleh buat. So press calculator, 8 minus 8 over 3. My calculator give me 16 over 3x. So this one is 16 over 3x lah. And then plus 10 over 3y. Sekarang baru you darab the n. Okay, baru you kembangkan. So it becomes negative 8x plus 16 over 3 and x plus 10 over 3 and y. Okay, is it plus or minus? Plus, yeah. Okay, so this is the answer. But I recommend you to write your answer in terms of x, y means ada satu vector x, satu vector y macam ni. Okay, it's better. Okay, so this one you factorize out, the x becomes negative 8 plus 16 over 3n. Sebenarnya tulis macam ni pun boleh. Okay, but I always recommend students to write like this. Okay, it's very helpful. Okay, it's very helpful when we boleh nampak the coefficient of x and y directly macam ni. Okay. Okay, sudah siap. Now we can do B question 2. So I'll write here B question 2. Okay, number 2 says find the value of n if points CQ and M are collinear. The keyword here is collinear. What is collinear? It means segaris. And can you tell me if CQM is segaris, what will happen? It means any two lines taken from this CQM will be parallel. Okay, so I will draw it out. CQM. Any two lines you take joining this, any 2 points here will be parallel. For example, CQ and QM parallel, CQ and CM parallel also. And like any 2 points you choose will be parallel, because collinear means segaris. And when segaris, imagine if you potong this line, and you letak sebelah garisan ni, of course it will be parallel. Yeah, because they are from the same line, so of course they have the same gradient. Of course they will have the same keturunan, right? So if two lines are parallel, what you can do in vector, you can take dua vector ni, and then you can take two vectors that are parallel, you can sama dengan tapi kena tambah k, right? And the k is the ratio. That k is the ratio. Okay, the k, because why you have to tambah k is because walaupun dia parallel tapi dia tak sama panjang, right? Dia tak sama panjang. That's why you have to tambah satu k for the ratio. Macam tu lah, okay? Okay, but first I need to choose which two vectors are parallel first, right? And you can choose any two vector you want. It can be CQ and QM, tapi tak semestinya CQ and QM tau. Dia boleh jadi CQ and CM pun boleh. CQ, CM pun boleh, right? But if you are smart, you will choose CQ definitely. CQ, because CQ answer is given already, right? CQ is this one. Okay, negative 8 plus 16 over 3 and close bracket x plus 10 over 3 and y. And now I have to choose another vector that is parallel to CQ. It can be CM, it can also be CM, but it can also be QM, right? But if you are smart, you will choose CM because CM is given here. Okay, actually you want to do QM also can, but I feel like it would be difficult if you find Q. Yeah, I think it's difficult because you have to find the other vector QM, right? So always when we do vector question, refer to the previous question punya answer. Because in vector question, jawapan A akan diguna dalam B, jawapan B guna dalam C, jawapan C guna dalam D. So you always will use back the information yang you sudah dapat tadi. So it's better to use CM vector, which is negative 8x. So vector CM equals to negative 8x plus 6y. And these two vectors, they are parallel, by the way. CQ and CM, yeah, they are parallel. Okay, CQ and CM are parallel. Memang parallel because it's from the same straight line. Okay, so if two vectors are parallel, what we can do? We can take these two vector sama dengan and then tambah k in the middle. Okay, got student ask me, sir, what if I write like this? KCQ equals to CM. Can also. Okay, but your k answer will be different. A little bit different lah. For example, maybe if I do like this, my k answer is 5 over 7. But if you do like this, you'll get 7 over 5. But it's okay because they never ask you to find k. They ask you to find n. Right? So even though you get k different answer, but the n will come out same answer later. So don't worry. Okay, so what I will do now is I'll write CQ vector equals to CM vector. Okay, and I will tambah K. The K is the ratio. Okay, all right. So what is the CQ vector? Negative 8 plus 16 over 3 n close bracket x plus 10 over 3 n y equals to K bracket CM, which is negative 8x plus 6y. And then now this one is expand lah. So it becomes negative 8kx plus 6ky. So when we're doing vector question, when two vectors parallel, you always take the k expand. After you expand, you compare. Okay, you compare. Okay, because now you have on one side you have something x plus something y. On the other side you also have something x something y. So you can compare the coefficient of x with the coefficient of x here. Okay, means you bandingkan perkali x. So it becomes negative 8 plus 16 over 3n. That is the coefficient of x. And then what is the coefficient of x on the other side? Negative 8k. Okay. And then what about the coefficient of y? The coefficient of y will be on this side will be 10 over 3n. And then you can connect with 6k. Okay, just compare side by side. Okay, now you can find your, okay, actually both equation also both equation have two unknowns. So you cannot find your k and n. So you have to do simultaneous lah. First, get rid of the fraction. Take everything times 3. So you get negative 24 plus 16n equals negative 3k. Okay, just because I want to get rid of the fraction. This one also, how to get rid of the fraction? Just times 3. So you get 10n equals 18k. Okay, because when you times 3, this 3 will cut, and then 6 times 3, 18. And then now maybe you can use, let's see, you can use substitution method. Yeah, or you want to use elimination also can, up to you. But if you want to do elimination, you have to susun lah. Kedudukan dia kena sama. Okay, like for example, number nk. This one also have to be number nk. Okay, if you want to do penghapusan. But I will do penggantian, substitution. It means I will cari make the n single lah, or make the k single also can. Alright, so it become 18k over 10. 18 and 10 can cut, left with divide 2 is 9, divide 2 is 5. So n is 9 over 5k. And then I will sub inside here, negative 24 plus 16n equals negative 3k. And then this one, I will sub inside here, becomes 9 over 5k, because n is 9 over 5k. And then now it becomes negative 24 plus, okay, 16 times 9 over 5, 144 over 5. And then don't forget to write k equals to negative 3k. Okay, k dengan k boleh buat, but they are on opposite side. So you have to make them the same side first. So 144 over 5k plus 3k. So my calculator give me 159 over 5k. And then the negative 24, throw it to the other side, become positive 24. So what is your k? 24 times 5 divide 159, which is 40 over 53. But they never asked me to find k. They asked me to find n, right? So your n will be 9 over 5 times k, which is 40 over 53. And then now you can cut, left with 8 here. The answer is 72 over 53. Huh. Macam salah je. Okay, let me double confirm. Ada tak saya buat salah? Negative 8 plus 16 over 3nx plus 10 over 3ny. This one is negative 8kx plus 6ky. Okay, so far so good. Negative 8 plus 16 over 3n. Negative 8 plus 6 over 3n equals... Oh my god, I made careless mistake. This one is negative 8 plus 16 over 3n equals negative 8k, but my k hilang already. This 8 here, there's 8 here. Okay, so I have to redo everything. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, so tak apa, it's okay. Sometimes this happens. Okay. Okay, tak apa, we just do it again. It's fine. All right, so let me write everything nicely this time. So negative 8 plus 16 over 3n equals to negative 8k, right? But I go and write k sahaja tadi. That's why I salah lah. Okay, this one is when we compare the coefficient of x. What about if coefficient of y? It will be 10 over 3n equals to 6k. Okay. And then I will also get rid of the fraction. Take everything times 3. So when I take everything times 3, This becomes negative 24 plus 16n equals to negative 24k. Same thing here, take everything times 3, I'll end up with 10n equals to 6 times 3 is 18k, right? And then you can find your n. Wait, let me think. Okay, you should, I think find your k lah. Yeah, you can find your k. And then to find your k, you just pindah the 18 to here. So it becomes 10 over 18n. 10 over 18. And then the n duduk atas. 10 and 18 can cut, divide 2, 5, divide 2, 9. So if the k is 5 over 9, and then you can sub inside here. So it becomes negative 24 plus 16n equals negative 24k. And then the k is 5 over 9. Don't forget the n. The n is very important. And now you can find your n here. Okay, it means I use the substitution method lah, cara penggantian. Okay, negative 24 plus 16n equals negative 24 times 5. Okay, what is 24 times 5? 120, but I have to divide 9. So it's 40 over 3. Negative 40 over 3n. Okay, n dengan n boleh buat. So tapi kita letak sekali dulu lah. Minus 40 over 3 jadi plus 40 over 3. What is 16 plus 40 over 3? 88 over 3n. And then negative 24 buang ke, how to say, pindah to other side jadi positive. And then how to find n? Okay, divide 3 jadi times 3. So 24 times 3. And then darab 88 jadi bahagi 88. So my calculator give me 9 over 11. All right. So the answer is 911. Okay, the question, let's double confirm what they want. Find the value of n. Yeah, this is the answer. All right. Okay, can I show you another method? Can I show you another shortcut method? Let's go. So there's another method for this question. Okay, we have two vectors that are parallel, right? CQ and CM. So if two vectors are parallel, you can also do it like this. Bulatkan coefficient X, bulatkan coefficient X, bulatkan coefficient Y, bulatkan coefficient of y, and then you can take atas bahagi bawah ataupun bawah bahagi atas, up to you. Alright, so let's say I take atas bahagi bawah, so it becomes negative 8 plus 16 over 3n bahagi negative 8 sama dengan 10 over 3 bahagi 6. Alright, you can also do it like this. Ini cara yang cepat lah. But there is a disadvantage. Ada satu, kalau you buat cara guna macam ni, you will not get the ratio. Okay, you will not get the ratio. And sometimes the soalan, they want me to find ratio. Okay, so that's why this method is very common. Okay, most students will use this method, right? This method, I only teach my student, I only tell my student to use this when you want to check your answer, or maybe if the marker is like 2 marks, 3 marks, and if you want to do fast, you can do it like this. Okay, let's try and see whether you get the same answer or not. Okay, how to solve this? Darab silang. Yeah, darab silang. So 6 times negative 8, negative 48. And then 6 times 16 over 3, that's going to be 16 over... 16 over 3 times 6. I use calculator lah. 16 over 3 times 6. Okay, my calculator give me 32. Yeah, so 32 lah. So this one is tambah 32n. And then equals 10 over 3 times negative 8, which is negative 80 over 3. And you can find your n here. Just tekan negative 80 over 3 plus 48. Let's press. And then answer divide 32. Negative 80 over 3 plus 48 and then divide 32. Your n answer is 2 over 3. But wait, did I do something wrong? 6 times 16 over 3. What is 6 times 16 over 3? 32n, right? And then 10 over 3 times negative 8. Let's press 10 over 3 times negative 80 over 3. So if you want to find n, you pindah this one, right? So it becomes negative 80 over 3 plus with 48. Plus, so it becomes 64 over 3, right? So n equals to 64 over 3 divide 32, which is 2 over 3. Wait, why different answer? It should be same answer one. This method and this method will give you same answer. Maybe I silent wrong here. Negative 8 plus 16 over 3 divide 8. 10 over 3 divide... there's an n here. Oh my god. There's an n here. Okay. So if there's an n here means what? It means this one also have n here lah. Okay. And then it means that this one I have to erase lah. Okay, so macam mana cara betul? So if there's n here means n dengan n kena letak sekali because n dengan n boleh buat. So it becomes 32n minus 80/3 jadi plus. So 32 plus 80/3 I will get 176/3n. And then the minus 48 buang ke sana jadi positive 48. And you can find your n now. 48. Okay, 3 duduk bawah means bahagi. Bahagi jadi darab 3. And then 176 jadi bahagi 176. Right? And yeah, you get 9/11. Okay, you can see the answer is the same. Okay, you can choose the red color punya cara pun boleh, the black color cara pun boleh. Right? But the red color punya cara is very fast lah. Okay, okay. But if you do the red color cara, you cannot get the ratio. Okay, you straight away find the n value lah. You cannot get the ratio. Okay, but both method also you will get the same answer. Okay, hope you understand. Let's continue. Okay, number 6. What chapter is this? I think this is quadratic. Okay. All right, let's read. The straight line x plus 2y minus 10 equals 0 cuts through the curve 5x squared minus 2xy at 2 different points. Find the coordinates of intersection points. Okay, if they want you to find intersection point coordinate, you need to do simultaneous equation. Okay. But for this question, I recommend you to do penggantian substitution method because these two equations that they give you, one equation is linear equation, one is non-linear. Because you can see this equation got square and then got the xy stick together, then it's like it's a non-linear equation. Okay, so for non-linear equation, kalau dia bagi satu linear satu non-linear, you cannot use penghapusan actually. Okay, you have to use substitution method for this, and you have to start with the question, the linear equation, which is this one, x plus 2y minus 10 equals 0. Always start with the equation that is less complicated. What do I mean by less complicated? Tak ada square, tak ada xy stick together, and then tak ada xy dekat bawah fraction. Okay, so if between these two, which one is the less complicated? This equation lah, right? Because the other equation got square and then got xy. It means it's very difficult to make x the subject ataupun y the subject, right? Whereas this one is very easy to do, to jadikan x single ataupun y single. So let's make x the subject. It will be negative 10 jadi 10, 2y jadi minus 2y, and then set already. This is your this is what happens. This is your x equals 10 minus 2y. Okay. But if you want to jadikan y single can also, but I never do it because if you jadikan y single, there will be fraction. Okay, that's why I never do it like that. But you will get the same answer actually if you jadikan y. All right, so now I will sub this equation inside the other equation, which is 5x squared minus 2xy equals 24. This is equation 2. So you will write sub 1 into 2. So let's look at equation 2, 5x squared, and then instead of writing x, you have to write bracket, and then minus 2 times x times y is the same as 2 times y times x. So please don't tell me, hey sir, why you write 2y is 2xy. Okay, 2xy and 2yx is the same thing, okay? And then the x here and the x here, you sub with 10 minus 2y, 10 minus 2y. And then if you keep going, you will get two answer for y, and that will be the y coordinate of the intersection point. Then how to find the x coordinate? You ganti balik dalam equation 1 lah. And then you will get the two coordinates of the intersection point. So remember, how to find intersection point? We do simultaneous. Okay. Alright, this 5 cannot darab masuk dulu sebab ada square. So you kena buat yang square dulu. So how to expand this? Okay, the correct way is to take depan square, 10 square, 100, and then depan darab, belakang darab 2. So negative 2 times 10, negative 20 times 2, negative 40y, belakang square plus 4y square. Okay, this is the fastest way to expand lah. Depan square, depan darab, belakang darab 2, belakang square. This one you can darab masuk because tak ada power. So negative 2y times 10, negative 20y. Negative 2y times negative, positive 4y square equals 24. Okay, now the 5 can goes in. So 5 times 100, 500, 5 times 40, 200. 5 times 4, 20y square minus 20y plus 4y square equals 24. Yeah, you can see memang ada dua jawapan because got square. Yeah, it means it's becoming a quadratic equation. And when it's a quadratic equation, you have to move everything to one side equals 0. And then press calculator. Okay. And you have to susun jadi general form. So yang y square kena tulis dulu. 20y square plus 4y square. 24y square. And then 200y minus 20y. Positive. No. It's negative 200 minus 20. So it should be negative 220y. And then general form must equal 0. So the 24 have to move it here. So you have to press calculator 500 minus 24. Let's press. Okay, my calculator give me positive 476. Okay. And then now it becomes a quadratic equation and it's already in general form. But before you press calculator, check whether all these numbers can simplify. Okay, all these numbers can divide by what? All these numbers can divide by what? All these numbers can divide by, let's see, 24,220. Maybe divide by 24. I'm not sure. Let's try. Okay, cannot. 476 cannot divide 24. Maybe divide 12. Can I divide by 12? Cannot also. But what if I divide by 8? Yeah, can. What is 220 divide 8? Let me press calculator. Cannot lah. So 8 also cannot lah. Then divide 4 lah. Can I divide by 4? 220 divide 4. Boleh lah. Okay, so actually the correct way here is to divide by 4. So when you divide 4, you end up with 6y squared. Divide 4, 55. Okay, divide 4. Okay, let me press. 476 divide 4. Ya, boleh bahagi. It's 119. Okay. Okay, sekarang baru you tekan calculator. Tekan the ABC dalam calculator to get the two answer. Okay, let's go. Polynomial degree. Okay, what's the A? 6. The B, negative 55. The C, 119. Okay, my calculator give me two answer. 17/3 and 7/2. Okay, I hope all of you know how to press. If you don't know how to press, then you cannot jawab SPM already. Okay, what I have to write here? Y equals Y equals. Okay, because this quadratic punya variable is Y. And then atas sini kena tulis bracket equals 0. In the first bracket, you have to write Y. Okay, the 17 jadi minus 17. And then the 3 bahagi jadi darab. Same here. Positive 7 jadi negative 7. 2 dekat bawah bahagi jadi darab. So that's the answer. Okay. Okay, but it's not the final answer yet. You still have to find the X coordinate because they want to find coordinate. Coordinate mesti ada X and Y, right? So how to find X and Y? How to find the X now? So when Y equals 17/3, ganti dalam equation 1. X equals 10 minus 2y, which is 17/3. And then later press calculator. And then repeat the same process. When Y equals 7/2, your X will be 10 minus 2y, which is the Y 7/2. And now you just press calculator, then you get the X coordinate. Okay, this one no need to press, very easy. 2 and 2 can cut, 10 minus 7 is 3, right? This one you can press calculator lah. So 10 minus 2 bracket 17/3 close bracket. Okay, my calculator give me negative 4/3. So what is your first coordinate intersection point? Negative 4/3, 17/3. Okay, when we write coordinate, we cannot write like this. Cannot write like this. Y equals 17/33, and then symbol X equals 3. Tak boleh, tak boleh. This one is coordinate. Coordinate, we have to write in a bracket. Yeah, that's how we write points, right? That's how we write coordinate. So they have to write bracket and then comma and everything. And this one is 3, not 13. Yeah. Okay, this one is 3. And then the other point is, X coordinate 3, the Y coordinate 7/2. Okay, so these 2 points is the coordinate of the intersection point. Okay, boleh faham? No problem. Let's continue. Okay, this question is the same sama dengan tadi, so I'm just gonna skip. Okay, number 8. Now we are at bahagian B. So bahagian B says bahagian ini mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 3 soalan. Okay, I will jawab semua 4 soalan. Okay, in this video I will jawab semua 4 soalan. Okay, but in exam you only choose 3 lah. Okay, let's go number 8. Diagram 8 shows a solid cylinder. Okay, with volume 256 pi cm cube. 2 identical hemisphere with radius RCM are removed from each end. Okay, this is a cylinder, right? But 2 identical hemisphere are removed from each end. So it's not a cylinder anymore. It's like a cylinder, but have to minus 2 hemisphere. Okay. So now soalan A says show that the total surface area of the remaining solid is given by this. Okay. If you look carefully at this one is surface area, but it's in terms of R. It's in terms of R, right? So it means I have to use the volume information to find H. I repeat one more time. They want me to show the total surface area A is equals to this, right? But it's in terms of R. It means I have to use the volume information here to find H in terms of R first. Because if I don't do that, if I straight away find the surface area using the information here, I cannot find. Yeah, I will show you. Okay. Let's say I straight away find total surface area. How to find the total surface area? Uh, this shape originally is like this cylinder, and the surface area formula is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Because got two circle, and then the area of this rectangle is base times height, and the base will be the same with circumference, which is 2 pi r times h. That's why this is the formula for cylinder, the surface area of cylinder. But it doesn't look like this because I already remove the sphere. So the rectangle it still end up ada lagi. So this one is 2 pi RH. Yeah. Okay, because the rectangle area is 2 pi RH. But the surface area atas is no longer pi r square because it's already removed, right? So what's left is the curved surface of the hemisphere. And they even write it for you here. The surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square, right? But actually for hemisphere is 2 pi r square actually. Okay, so actually you have to tambah dengan 2 pi r square because there's one curved surface here, and then there's another curved surface down there plus 2 pi r square. Okay, it means you can actually straight away plus 4 pi r square lah. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, so remember surface area we only focus on the outside punya permukaan. Okay, permukaan yang tak ada kita tak kira. Okay, it means there's only three permukaan lah. The flat surface, and then the curved surface, and then satu lagi curved surface. Okay. Alright. Can you see this one? This one, the one I write here, is not the same with what they write here. Yeah, you know why? I told you already in the beginning, right? Why is not the same? Because my one is A in terms of R and H. The one they want is A in terms of R. That is why I told you in the beginning, you have to start with the volume information and you have to find H in terms of R dulu. Then baru ganti dalam sini. Then baru buat. Then baru you akan dapat in terms of R sahaja. Sebab tu saya cakap tadi, you have to use the volume information first. Okay, what is the volume of this shape? You have to take volume of cylinder, which is pi r square h. This is the formula for volume of cylinder, minus with the volume of hemisphere. Okay, volume of sphere is, volume of hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi r cube. This is the formula for hemisphere, right? But you minus two identical hemisphere. It means you straight away minus 4 over 3, 4 over 3 lah. Okay? And let me tell you, this is the formula for sphere. Because if you minus two hemisphere, it means you minus satu sphere lah. Because these two hemisphere is the same size, it's identical. So when you join these two, it becomes a sphere. It means you are taking volume of cylinder minus volume of satu sphere. Okay, because you take out half here, it means take out one lah. Okay, all right. All this equation can divide by pi. So bahagi pi, so the pi hilang already. This one also bahagi pi. And don't forget, I want h. Why I want to find h? So that I can ganti this h, and then later this h will be in terms of r, then baru saya boleh dapat jawapan sama dengan sini. Okay, how to find h? How to make the h single here? First thing first is pindah the minus 4 over 3. So it becomes 256 minus jadi plus 4 over 3 r cube. Okay, and since I want h, it means I have to divide r square. So 256 divide r square. And then what is 4 over 3 r power 3 divide r square? You left with 4 over 3 r. Because r power 3 divide r power 2 left with r power 1. So this is the equation that I'm looking for because I want to sub inside here. So now it becomes A equals 2 pi RH. And then the H, I will open bracket and I will sub with this 256 over r square plus 4 over 3r close bracket plus 4 pi r square. And can you see my equation now only have r? It's only A in terms of r, which is what we want. Okay, but we have to simplify lah. Okay, and when we simplify, hopefully we will get this one lah, right? Because that's the answer. Okay, they want me to show that this surface area is equals to this one, right? So I need to make sure my final answer looks like this. Okay, let's simplify slowly. I have to expand first lah. So when we expand, we darab atas. So 2 times 2 5 6. I don't know, let me press 512. So just write 512. Okay, and then it will be pi r over r squared, but the r can cut, so you just left with 512 pi over r. Yeah, because the r and r square cut left with r dekat bawah saja. Okay, and then plus with this 4 over 3r also have to times with the 2 pi r. So the 2 pi r darab atas saja, so it becomes 8 pi r but power 2 because r, and then over 3, and then plus with 4 pi r square. Okay, did you notice that this one got pi r square, this one also got pi r square? It means dia boleh buat sekali. Okay, pi r square boleh buat dengan pi r square, tapi you kena tekan 8 over 3 plus 4 in your calculator. Okay, so pi r square dengan pi r square boleh tambah sekali ya. So you will tekan 8 over 3 plus 4. So let's press. What you get? 20 over 3. So it will be 20 8 over 3 plus 4. 20 over 3 pi r square plus 512 pi over r. But it's not the same. Hello? Not the same. So it means I did something wrong. Dekat mana saya buat salah? Hello? Okay, volume of solids. Oh my god. This 256 pi is what? Shows a solid cylinder. It means this 256 pi is the volume before I take out the hemisphere, right? I think that's what they meant, right? Before I take out the hemisphere. Because I thought this 256 pi is like after I remove the hemisphere already, but here it says solid cylinder. So it means my working is wrong already. Okay. But this one is correct already. Yeah, this surface area, this one is correct already. It's just that my H equation here is wrong. Yeah, because yeah, yeah. So I never read the question carefully lah. Okay, so it means this H when I ganti also it will give me the wrong. It's wrong also. Okay, so let's do it one more time. So the volume here is only for the volume of the whole cylinder lah. It means so I don't have to minus the hemisphere. And what's the volume of cylinder formula? Is just pi r square H equals 256 pi. Pi dengan pi boleh potong. So H equals to 256 over r square. So this is your H. And then your A becomes 2 pi r H. And then the H, I will sub with 256 over r square plus 4 pi r square. And then I will get A equals the 4. Okay, the 2 times 256 is 512 pi r over r square plus 4 pi r square. This r and this r can cut. But when you cut, you're left with 1 r dekat bawah. And when you rewrite it, you will get 4 pi r square plus 512 pi over r. Okay, sudah sama. Okay. Okay, so I made a mistake just now. I thought the volume here is for volume after I remove the cylinder. Rupa-rupanya is the whole cylinder. Okay, so yeah, sudah sama. Now we can write shown. Okay, because they want me to show that the surface area is this one, right? So yeah, it's already the same. So we can write the word shown. Okay, that's all. Now we can do soalan B. Okay, ada tempat tak? Okay, okay, I'll just do it here lah. Okay. Alright, so soalan B, see what they want. Calculate the minimum. Okay, this is the keyword. Whenever you see the word minimum or maximum or turning point, automatic, you have to do differentiate equals 0. Okay, minimum, maximum, or turning point means you have to do differentiate equals 0. It means this is under differentiation lah. And you have to differentiate equals 0. Tapi differentiate siapa? You want to differentiate H or you differentiate A or you differentiate V or differentiate what? Okay, siapa yang minimum sekarang? Surface area, right? They say minimum total surface area. Means total surface area punya equation yang you kena differentiate equals 0. Right? If they say siapa minimum, then you differentiate siapa equals 0. So what you have to do now, you have to differentiate the total surface area equation and then equals 0. But when you differentiate, you have to make sure on the right side can only have one unknown. That is why you cannot take this one. You have to take this one. Okay. Ataupun you can refer here. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? So I'm going to write it. A equals to 4 pi r square plus 512 pi. Okay, the r you will pindah atas jadi r power -1. Because later when you differentiate, dia tak boleh ada r dekat bawah. And when you differentiate, you will write dA dr. Because this equation is A in terms of R. That is why you cannot differentiate when there's two unknowns on the right side. There can only be one unknown. Because if there's two unknown, then you cannot differentiate already. Okay? So this one is dA dr lah. Pi is not an unknown, so it's fine. Okay, what is differentiate this equation? Differentiate means you have to take the power, darab dengan number depan, and then power -1. So 2 times 4 is 8, and then power -1 is 8 pi r. This one also same, power darab depan, -1 times 512, which is -512, and then power -1 become r power -2. So you will end up with 8 pi r minus 512 pi. Okay, the r power -2, you can bring it down, become r power 2. Okay, and you will take this whole thing equals 0. Why? Because minimum. Whenever you see the word minimum or maximum also, you will do the same thing. Take the differentiation, lepas differentiate punya jawapan equals 0. Okay, because minimum means the gradient tangent will be 0. And so yeah, the whole thing is 0. Okay, now you can find your R. Okay, but then they never ask you to find R. They ask you to find surface area. But you need to find the R first. Then baru you boleh ganti balik dalam equation to find A. Okay, how to find R? Uh, okay, the negative 512 pi, I can move it over here, become positive 512 pi over R square equals to 8 pi R. And then R square boleh hantar atas jadi darab. So 512 pi becomes 8 pi R power 3. Pi dengan pi potong. So R power 3 equals 512 divide 8, which is, let me press, 64. So you can find your R, cube root 64, which is 4. Okay, so the R is 4 cm. Okay, but they never ask you to find minimum radius. They ask you to find minimum total surface area. So you need to sub the R4 inside the original equation, this equation, to find A. So let me do it. Okay, let me do it here lah. All right, so your A will be, so let's continue here. So your A will be 4 pi R square. So 4 pi bracket square plus 512 pi over R. So the R is 4, the R is 4. Okay, the pi how? Okay, don't tekan because they say in terms of pi, right? So the pi, just leave it. So 4 square is 16. 16 times 4, 64 pi. 512 divide 4. Let me press. 128. So this is 128 pi. And what is 128 pi plus 64 pi? Press calculator. 128 plus 64, 192. So the answer is 192 pi. Yang pi tak payah tekan, because the soalan wants in terms of pi. And this one is surface area, right? So write cm square. Okay, write bracket and then cm square. Okay, sudah siap. That's how you do it. Okay, let's do soalan C. Okay, but soalan C, I will do it down here because not enough space already. Okay, soalan C. The remaining solid is heated and the rate of change of its surface area of the solid is 84 pi. So this is definitely a rate of change question and it's also under differentiation. For rate of change, do you remember how to do? You have to write this one and then this one dt, here and here same, here and here same, and this will be, usually you write the subject, right? Yang tu lah, okay? Okay, but first we have to write down all the information yang dia bagi dulu. So they say the rate of change of surface area, which is A, of the solid is 84 pi. When you see the word rate, mesti over dt, and since it's rate of change of total surface area, so dA dt equals to 84 pi. Okay, 84 pi. So this is your first information. Next information, calculate the rate of change. So over dt also. Rate of change of radius. So dr atas lah. Okay. Equals to question mark because they want to find. Calculate rate of change of radius of the solid when radius is 8. So comma r equals 8. Okay, until here you can leave some empty space here and then draw this line equals to line, darab line. And when I teach my student, I always tell them this. Sini dengan sini mesti dt. And then sini dengan sini sama, sini dengan sini mesti sama. Okay? And usually what you will write here, you will write the subject, right? If you look at the information, dt dengan dt kita sudah tulis sini, right? So what's left? dA and dr, right? So it's either dA, dr ataupun dr, dA. But let me tell you, you will always write the subject here. So dA, dr. Okay, but I want to tell you, if you write dr, dA can also. Okay, but if you write dr, dA, it's a bit weird lah because your equation is A in terms of R. And when you differentiate this, you will get dA, dr. Okay, you cannot get dr, dA, but can also actually, because if you do dA, dr, you terbalikkan the answer lah. Then you can jadikan dr, dA. Okay, but what I recommend here is dt, and I always tell them here and here always write the subject. Subject means like the formula is, if the formula is A in terms of R, it means the subject is A. So the subject you will write here dA. And then in terms of R, this one is dr. Okay, dA dt kita sudah tahu 84 pi, so masuk saja. dA dr, okay, it's not mentioned here, but it's okay. But the dr dt is question mark. It means dr dt is what I want to find at the end. This is the final answer. Okay, this is what I want to find at the end. This is the final answer. So if I want to find this at the end, what I have to find now? Apa yang saya kena cari sekarang? Saya kena cari dA dr sekarang lah. Okay, because if I have dA dr, then only I can find this at the end. So how to find dA dr? Did you realize they give you r equals to 8? This r equals to 8 is for you to sub in after you find the dA dr. Okay, and you already have your dA dr. It's this one. Okay. Okay, or you can also say 8 pi r minus 512 pi. Okay, so your dA dr is actually this one, 8 pi r minus 512 pi over r square. Okay, it's actually same with the baris yang sebelum ni. Ya, sama. Okay, yang sebelum baris ni sama saja. Okay, it's the same. So, but before you sub this whole thing inside here, you have to ganti 8 dulu because the soalan got say when r equals 8, right? So you have to sub in 8 pi 8 minus 512 pi over r square, which is 8 square. 8 times 8 is 64 pi. 512 divide 64. Let me press. Divide. Okay. 512 divide 64. Okay, my calculator give me 8 pi. And then what is 64 pi minus 8 pi? 64 minus 8, I think you will get, oops, okay, 64 minus 8, 56. So 56 pi. And then this is the one that you ganti here, 56 pi. And then now you can find your dr dt. 84 divide 56. What's the answer? Let me press. Okay, my calculator give me 3 over 2. So the answer is 3 over 2. Okay. Or you can write 1.5 also can. Okay. The pi no need write already because pi divide pi potong already. Hilang already. So left with 3 over 2. And what's the unit? Okay, r is radius, so it's cm. T is time. Time is second, right? So you write second but minus 1 because their time duduk bawah. Okay. So it's 3 over 2 cm per second. Let's check here. So yeah, it's in everything is in cm second. So yeah, that's all. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's do number 9. Let's read. Solution by scale drawing is not accepted. Okay, this one tak penting lah. Okay. All right, let's read here. Diagram 9 shows a triangle ABC. Okay, no problem. Point P is 3, 8. Okay, they never label here, so I think I'll just label myself 3, 8. And then Q 9, 6. So label it. R 6, 4. That's why it's very important to read the question, right? Because sometimes they never label for us, so we have to label it. So they say PQR are midpoints of the straight line AB, BC, AC. It means sini sama panjang dengan sini, sini sama panjang dengan sini, sini sama panjang dengan sini. And if you want to write the ratio, it will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, because when it's midpoint, the ratio will be 1, 1. Okay, I already labeled everything. Now let's read what else here. APQR forms a parallelogram. Mana? APR. Oh, APQR. Okay, let's draw it out using the red color pen. APQR forms a parallelogram. Okay, no problem. The straight line AB intersects y-axis at point A. AB intersects y-axis at point A. Yes, correct. And the equation of AB is given here. So AB equation given here. So I'll just put an arrow like this. 3y equals 2x plus 18. Hey, if they give you equation, you can straight away get your gradient and y-intercept for free already. Because if they give you equation, you can change to linear form, means y equals mx plus c. So you can take everything, divide 3. So divide 3 becomes 2 over 3x, divide 3 becomes 6, right? It means the gradient of this line is 2 over 3, right? So the m here is 2 over 3. The gradient here is also 2 over 3 because they are all from the same line. And then the 6 is the y-intercept, right? And the y-intercept is point A. It means point A is 0, 6. Okay, it means here is 6. Okay. Tapi cikgu, the soalan tak suruh you cari ini semua. I don't care. I don't care whether the soalan got asked me to find or not. I'll just find it. Okay. Okay, and by the way, this is a parallelogram. Parallelogram, the opposite lines will be parallel. So the m here will be 2 over 3 also. Okay. And I believe if you take q minus r, 6 minus 4, you will get 2, 9 minus 6, you get 3. So yeah, if you take y minus y, x minus x, you will also get 2 over 3. Okay. Okay, so far, this is what I have. Now let's keep reading. Straight line AB is extended. Mana? AB is extended. Okay, extended means panjangkan until it intersects with the perpendicular bisector of straight line AC at point M. Perpendicular bisector of AC. What is perpendicular bisector? Perpendicular bisector means the line will, okay, let's say this is a line, let's call this line XY. Okay. So if I want to draw perpendicular bisector, it will be the line that cut this in the mid, cut it, just cut it in half, right? And when you cut it in half, it will be 90 degree and it will passes through the midpoint. This line, we call it perpendicular bisector. Okay. So they say what? what they say now? They say siapa intersect dengan siapa? AB is extended. So imagine this line, panjangkan until it intersects with the perpendicular bisector of straight line AC. So AC is this line. So the perpendicular bisector will be maybe like this. Because if you do perpendicular, you means you cut it in half lah, all right? And then the intersection point is point M. Okay, and how to find this point M? Actually, ada cara. You can use the equation of this line and the equation of this line, and then do simultaneous. Yeah, because you are finding intersection point, right? So you can do simultaneous to get the what do you call it? To get the intersection point, right? So I repeat one more time. AB is extended. So panjangkan until intersects with perpendicular bisector of AC at point M. So AC is this line, right? So the perpendicular bisector means you have to cut this in half. But we already know the half is at R, the midpoint, right? But you have to make sure the line is also 90°. So that's why I tarik, and then let's assume they intersect here, and that's the point M, right? Okay, but you can find point M. I already mentioned use simultaneous equation method to do. But you need to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector first, because you don't have this line punya equation, right? And also we don't know what the question wants yet. So let's see what they want now. So soalan A1, find the equation of perpendicular bisector of AC. It means this blue color line lah. Yeah, this blue color line. So they want to find equation of this blue color line. Okay, how to find the equation? First, you need gradient. Okay, you need gradient. Okay, and how to find gradient? So soalan A1. To find the gradient of this blue color line, you need to first find the gradient of AC first. Because if you straight away find blue color line, it's not possible because you don't have two coordinates that you can use to find gradient. Okay, on this line, you don't have two coordinate, but AC you can find because you have point A and point R. Point A is 0,6. Okay, can you see this one? Point A, soalan tak bagi. Saya sendiri yang sibuk tadi pergi cari A, but now it ends up helping me, right? That's why I always tell my students always label nicely. Okay, when they give you equation, just find out the gradient and y-intercept, even though they never ask you, but trust me, it will help you. Okay, it will end up helping you. So how to find gradient of AC? You can find gradient of AR. Okay, because AR and C is from the same line. Okay, so gradient of AC will be y minus y, 6 minus 4 over 0 minus 6. So it will be 6 minus 4 is 2, negative 6. It means negative 1 over 3. So if the gradient of this line is negative 1 over 3, this will be negative 1 over 3, and the whole line also negative 1 over 3. And then what about the perpendicular bisector? Okay, this line and this line, they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90°. And when it's 90° means the M1 times M2 equals to negative 1. Okay, when two lines are perpendicular, both gradient darab is negative 1. Okay, so your M1 is negative 1 over 3. And then your M2 is, I want to find, okay, M2 means the gradient for the blue color line. So to get your M2, you just take negative 1 bahagi negative 1 over 3. You'll get 3, right? It means the blue color line gradient is, the gradient of the blue color line is 3, okay? And now you have your gradient. Now you can find your equation, right? Okay, when you find equation, ada dua cara. You boleh guna cara y equals mx plus c. And then the m you sub dengan 3. And then the c, how you want to find the c? You just sub x and y. But you have to start dengan satu point yang passes through, which is 6, 4 lah. Okay, itu cara pertama. Tapi dalam Addmaths, usually I use the other formula, which is the y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1. Okay, it means ada dua cara lah. You want to do y equal mx plus c also can, and then you want to use this formula also can, right? Okay, so y minus y equals to mx minus x. Okay, the m is the gradient, so we already know it's 3. And then the x1, y1, you have to sub with the point. But it cannot be any point. It has to be a point that passes through. So point Q memang tak boleh. Point A memang tak boleh. Point P memang tak boleh. The only point yang boleh is point R. Because the point R got passes through this line. So it's 6, 4. But 6 is x coordinate. So you have to write belakang sini minus 6. 4 is y coordinate. You have to write minus 4. Because the formula is minus. Okay. Alright, so now it becomes y minus 4 equals to 3x minus 18. So y equals to 3x. Negative 18 plus 4. Negative 14. So this is the equation of the perpendicular bisector, or you can say the blue color line, y equals 3x minus 14. Okay, now we can continue with B. I mean A2. So A2 says find the coordinates of point M. I already mentioned in the beginning, point M punya coordinate you memang boleh cari tapi kena guna simultaneous equation, right? Because point M is the intersection point of this blue color line and the AB line. And you already have both equation. What is the AB equation? They give in the soalan already, right? But I recommend you ambil yang ini, yang sudah tukar jadi linear form punya. Y equals 2 over 3x plus 6. This is your first equation. Second equation is the blue color line lah. Y equals 3x minus 14. Okay, and you can either do substitution or elimination. Okay, let's do elimination lah. Okay, if I do elimination, I'll minus, because y minus y jadi kosong. And then 2 over 3 minus 3, you use calculator. You will get negative 7 over 3x. And then 6 minus minus 14 means 6 plus 14. You will get 20. Okay. And then if you want to find x, you have to pindah ni jadi positive 73, x equals 20, x equals to 60 over 7. Okay. Okay. For those students that want to do substitution method, boleh juga. Okay. Okay. Because I know some students mesti dia akan buat macam ni. Dia ambil equation ni, and then they do y equals y. And then the first y, they will write 3x minus 14. The next y, they write this one. Boleh juga lah. Same answer. Believe me. Okay. Sama jawapan punya. Right. Okay, so now you already find x, now you can find y. Okay, let's ganti dalam salah satu equation. Let's ganti into this one, 3x minus 14. The x is 60 over 7. And then just press calculator lah. 3 times 60 divided 7 minus 14. Okay, my calculator give me 82 over 7. So this is my y coordinate. And then sudah siap lah. So what is your m? 60 over 7, comma, 82 over 7. We are finding coordinates, so it's important to write it like this. Have bracket, have comma, ini semua kena letak. Okay, and I think I should label it here also, 60 over 7, 82 over 7. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue with next question, B. Okay, what it says here, if the straight line AQ is extended, extended lagi sekali. Okay, mana AQ? AQ, okay, AQ line is not here. So we have to tambah sendiri. Let's use green color. So AQ, this one is AQ, the green color line. Okay, what happens? It's extended to a point G such that AQ, QG, 2, 3. Find the coordinates of G. Okay, let me extend the green color line. But I have to extend until G. Oops. I have to extend until G. And then the ratio is how much? From A to Q is 2. Q to G is 3. So it's quite far away actually. But it doesn't matter lah. This one I just demonstrate saja. So AQ sampai G, and then they say the AQ ratio is 2. So this is 2 portion. And then QG is 3 portion. So this is QG, right? This one is 3 portion. And then they say find the coordinates of G. So yeah, it's possible because, okay, let me draw it out here. Okay, the line looks like this, right? We have A, we have Q, we have G. And then the ratio for AQ is 2, the QG ratio is 3. Okay, and they want to find coordinate of G, right? It means G tak tahu, XY. If you have point Q and point A, then you can find, right? Do I have point A and point Q? Yes. A is 0, 6. And then point Q is 9, 6. So yeah, it's possible to find the point G, okay? But what you will do is you will darab silang. It means point A times 3, point G times 2. Always take the hujung punya point darab silang. Okay, and you always darab dengan ratio yang jauh. Okay, and when you darab silang macam ni, you will get the point in between, which is point Q. So cara tulis sangat penting. So instead of writing point A, point G, I have to write point Q because point Q is in between. So point Q equals to, and then the formula will look like this. And then you will darab silang lah. So point A times 3, so it means 0 times 3, 6 times 3. And then G times 2, it means darab silang. X times 2, 2x. Y times 2, 2y. And then yang bawah sini, you kena letak ratio. But the ratio have to add together. So 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3. Then what about point Q? Okay, point Q sudah ada. Don't forget, 9, 6 equals to 0 times 3 is 0. So 0 plus 2x, 0 tak payah tulis lah. 2 plus 3, 5. 6 times 3, 18 plus 2y over 5. And then, okay, sekarang you sudah tak boleh buat lah. Okay, sini left side tak boleh buat, right side tak boleh buat, but you can compare. When you compare the x coordinate together. So 9 is the x coordinate. 2x over 5 is also the x coordinate. So you can connect them together. 2x over 5 equals 9. 6 is the y coordinate. This one is the y coordinate. So you can connect them together. 18 plus 2y over 5 equals 6. And then now you can find your x. 9 times 5, 45. Divide 2, 22.5. But let's write in fraction 45 over 2. Okay. All right. So this is your x coordinate. Then what about your y coordinate? 6 times 5, 30 minus 18, 12 divided 2, 6. So the coordinate is 45 over 2, 6. And I believe it's point G, right? Yeah, point G. Okay, so that's the answer. All right. For those who don't understand what I'm doing here, I'm just using the formula. Yeah, this is the formula that you learn in coordinate geometry. The darab silang punya formula. You can use darab silang like this to find the point in between. Okay. Yeah. We cannot use the midpoint formula because it's not, the ratio is not 1-1. Okay. Because midpoint we can only use when the distance here and here sama. But if it's tak sama, you have to use this method. Okay, yang darab silang punya cara. Okay, let's do soalan C. Calculate the area of triangle AGC. So area of triangle AGC. Okay, the formula that we will use here is the 1/2 modulus, and we will put in all the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. It means I need point A, point G, point C now. Okay, if I want to use this formula, I need these 3 points coordinate. And do I have point A? I know I have 0, 6. Point G, I just find it just now. Point G, 45 over 2, 6, right? And I also need point C. Do I have it? If I don't have, then I cannot find the area. Point C, I don't have. So it means I need to find my point C first lah. So how can I find point C? Let's see. Point C duduk dekat sini. Ada tak cara untuk cari point C? Point C macam mana nak cari? Okay. We can use midpoint. Yeah, we can use midpoint to find point C because if you look at this line, okay, okay, this line, we have point A, point R, point C, right? So let's draw it out. It look like this. Point A, point R, point C, and we already know from the beginning R is the midpoint. Okay, R is the midpoint, 6, 4, right? R is the midpoint, 6, 4, and then C is the point that I want to find. So I'll just call it XY. I don't know. And then point A is 0, 6, 0, 6. And how I know this and this sama panjang is because the soalan mentioned in the beginning, R is the midpoint. R is the midpoint of AC. It means the ratio is 1-1. Okay. And if it's midpoint, you don't have to do it like just now. Just now I darab silang is because the ratio is not same. That's why I have to darab silang. But if the ratio is 1-1, you can straight away use the midpoint formula. Okay. Tapi sebenarnya if you want to darab silang can also. Yeah, you will get the same. You will get the same answer. Okay. So I think I cannot find the area first lah. I need to find point C first. So to find point C, which is the midpoint, you have to use this formula, x plus x divided 2, y plus y divided 2, because that's the formula for midpoint, right? But actually, it's not point C lah. It's point R actually. Yeah. Because to get the middle point, it has to be always yang hujung darab silang. Okay. Tapi sebenarnya tak darab silang pun tak apa. Okay. Okay lah. Let's just do darab silang anyway. Okay. Because I want to show you that it would be the same. So point A times 1, so 0 times 1, which is 0. 6 times 1 is 6, right? And that, 0 times 1, 6, 0, right? Okay, and then yang point C kena darab 1 also, so it'll be x times 1, y times 1. So plus x here, plus y here, right? And then point R is 6, 4, which is equivalent to 0. 0 plus x is x. So we can just write x here. And then over 2, and then plus 6 plus y over 2. Okay, this one is comma. Okay. All right, if you want to use the midpoint formula, can also. The midpoint formula is x plus x divided 2, y plus y divided 2. It means 0 plus x divided 2 equals 6. You see? 0 plus x, which is x, divided 2 equals 6. And then y plus y divided 2. 6 plus y divided 2 equals 4. 6 plus y over 2 later equals 4. Yeah, it's the same, right? Okay, so it becomes x over 2 equals 6. 6 plus y over 2 equals 4. Okay, we can compare lah. And the x coordinate and x coordinate can connect. Y coordinate and y coordinate boleh connect. So x equals 12. Y equals 4 times 2, 8. 8 minus 6, 2. So the point C is 12, 2. So now we have our point A, B, and C. I mean A, G, and C. Now we can find the area of triangle AGC. And the formula is 1/2 modulus. You have to put in all the coordinate, all the point A, point G, point C punya coordinate dalam. Okay, first let's put in point A, 0, 6. Next will be point G, 45 over 2, 6. And then the last point, point C, 12, 2. And before you tutup the modulus, you have to repeat the first one, which is 0, 6. Okay. I'm just using the formula that we learned in the Form 4 coordinate geometry chapter. So now we will start to darab But when we darab, we have to darab silang and we have to start dari nombor atas, which is 0. So darab silang 0 times 6, 0. Tapi 0 tak payah tulis. And then plus 45 over 2 times 2, 45. And then plus 12 times 6, 72. And then minus. Why suddenly minus? Because you have to change direction now. 6 times 45 over 2, 15. Okay. And then minus 6 times 12, 72. Minus 2 times 0, 0. Okay, 0 tak payah tulis. Right? So you will just tutup your modulus here. Okay. And then now you just press calculator lah. So what is 45 plus 72 minus 15 minus 72? Okay, my calculator give me 30. So it becomes 1 over 2 modulus 30. And what is modulus 30? You will get 30 also, right? Because when you modulus positive number, it will be positive also. And then the answer will be 15 units square. Okay, I'm looking at the schema. The schema give me different answer. So what happens here? 45. Let me double check. 2 times 45 is 45. 12 times 6 is 72 lah. And then minus. Okay, what is 6 times 45 over 2? I did wrong here. This one is not correct. So it's not minus 15. It's actually minus 6 times 45 over 2 is 135. Yeah. And then 6 times 12 is 72. Okay, yang lain betul. Right? Ini saja yang saya salah. Okay, so I made a careless mistake. So it means this is tak betul. So let me do it again. 45 plus 72 minus 135 minus 72. Okay, negative 90. Yeah. And when you modulus negative 90, you will get positive 90. And then divide 2, you get 45. Okay, ini baru betul. Alright, so this is the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue number 10. I think this is probability distribution question. So 10A, let's see what they want. X is a continuous random variable which normally, normal. So it means this is a normal distribution question and we need to use the jadwal, the Z value table to do it. So let me show you the Z value table. They will give you an exam one, this one, right? But if it's a binomial distribution, we don't need the jadwal. But this one normal, so kita kena guna jadwal nanti. Okay, let's read the question first. So normally distributed with a mean 12 and a standard deviation tak bagi. Okay, so let's write the booking here. Soalan A, mean equals 12. This is the symbol for mean. Standard deviation tak tahu, so I'll just put question mark. It is given that Z score is 2.25. It means the Z value is 2.25, and then X is 16.5. Why they give you mean and standard deviation in normal distribution is for you to convert to Z. And the formula to convert to Z is take the X minus mean divide standard deviation. This is how we convert the X value to the Z score, right? And now we can use this formula to do number 1. Because number 1, they ask us to find value of standard deviation. We already have the Z value, 2.25. So equivalent to X, which is 16.5 minus mean 12 divide with standard deviation. So now you can find this 2.25, 16.5 minus 12, 4.5 over standard deviation. And now you can find standard deviation, just hantar atas jadi darab, and then 2.25 pergi bawah jadi bahagi. So now you press 4.5 divide 2.25. Okay, my calculator give me 2. So that's the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Now we can do second question, but I need space. So macam mana? Can I do it up here? Okay, I do it up here. So this is A question 1. I will do A question 2 up here. So the soalan says find value of K when Px bigger than K. Px bigger than K equals to 0.7145. So this one is number 10. A question 2. Okay, so macam mana nak buat? We already know it's normal distribution. So later have to tengok jadual, right? But you cannot tengok sekarang. Because when you tengok jadual, you have to make sure it's exact value. Okay. And also this question you will not tengok dari luar. You have to tengok dari dalam. Because you don't have your X value. It means later if you convert to Z value also, it's like you cannot convert. I mean, you can convert, but you will not get the Z value. Alright. So instead you have to tengok dari dalam because you have the probability. Okay, you have to tengok dari dalam. Okay. But the first step is change to Z value first. So how to change to Z value? The formula, okay, the bigger is still bigger, and then the K I have to minus with mean, divide standard deviation. The mean is 12, and then the standard deviation is 2 just now, right? Equal to 0.7145. And you can see tak boleh buat yang ni kan? Sebab K, we don't know the K value. So we will have to let C equals to K minus 12 over 2. Okay, that is why I say you have to tengok dari dalam, yeah, because you don't know the Z value. So it becomes PZ bigger than C equals 0.7145. Okay, when we tengok jadual, we have to make sure what? We have to make sure it's Z value, and we also have to make sure it has to be bigger positive, right? But is this Z bigger positive? No, it's not bigger positive, it's negative. Okay, because walaupun dia nampak macam because we don't know actually the C positive or negative. Okay, you just nampak C saja dekat sini, right? So what you have to do is you have to lukis. Okay, you have to lukis. Okay, you have to sketch, right? And why I sketch dua kali is because the C can be negative, the C can be positive, but only one of these is correct. Only one of these is correct. It cannot be both correct, right? So whether it's whether it's positive or negative, we have to check. We have to look at the symbol first. Bigger. Bigger means I have to lower it ke kanan. This one also lower it ke kanan. Okay. And we have to check the probability answer ataupun the area lah. Okay. So if the probability answer is more than 0.5, we have to choose the kawasan yang besar. But if the area is less than 0.5, we choose the kawasan yang kecil. So this is 0.7 something. So of course it's more than 0.5. We have to go with this. It means your C is negative, not positive. So this is the correct one. So if this is the correct one means we have to take 1 minus. Because your shaded region is already, okay, this is how I teach my own student lah. I always tell them if the shaded region already cut the y-axis like this, like it means it's already crossed over to the other side of the axis, then you have to take 1 minus. 1 is the total area of the whole thing, and you have to minus yang you tak mau. Yang you tak mau is this one. The one I circle now. This one you tak mau. So you tak mau PZ smaller than negative C equals 0.7145. Okay. 1 minus PZ smaller than negative equals to 0.7145. Smaller negative boleh tukar jadi bigger positive equals 0.7145. Okay. Okay, I'll continue here. Since you are finding PZ bigger, it's already PZ bigger positive, so you can pindah this whole thing to the other side. But when you pindah, the minus here become positive lah. And then here left with 1 minus 0.7145. And then let's press this. 1 minus 0.7145. You get 0.2855. So I'll just erase straight away, right? 0.2855. And now you can get your C answer. Okay. Now you can tengok jadual because now it's like PZ bigger positive C, and then you can tengok jadual, but you have to tengok dari dalam lah. Okay, but I want you to tulis siap-siap the negative first because you might forget later. Most students will forget this one. Okay, they will forget to tambah negative. Okay, you know right why you have to tambah negative? Because the C is negative lah. Because just now I do experiment, the C is negative, right? That's why you have to tulis siap-siap the negative, right? So now I have to go to the jadual. Okay, but I will tell you macam mana kita kena tengok dulu. So kita kena cari jadual, and then we have to terus tengok dari dalam, and then we have to cari 0.2855 ataupun lebih sikit, right? And we have to tengok dari dalam, okay? So now we go to the jadual and we have tried to look for 0.2855 or lebih sikit. So this is your jadual. Okay, where is 0.2855 ataupun lebih sikit? This one, right? 2877. 2843 tak boleh because the one is lesser than 2855. I want lebih sikit. Okay, so 2877. Okay, 2877 macam mana nak jadi 2855? I have to tolak dengan, okay, I just tekan 77 minus 55 lah. Okay, get the difference. So it's 22. It means I have to tolak 22, baru saya boleh dapat jawapan yang saya nak, which is 2855. So I have to minus 22. Ada tak 22 dekat sini? Tak ada. Saya hanya ada 20 dengan 24. Okay, kalau macam ni, you can choose either one. Right? So I'm just gonna choose 20, but if you choose 24, can also. Okay? Because 22 and 20, the difference is 2. 22 and 24, the difference is also 2. So yeah, you choose both also boleh. Right? So this is the answer. And where saya kena baca jawapan saya dekat mana? Dekat luar. Because I want the Z value. So the answer will be baca sini, baca sini, baca sini. And that's the answer. So what's the answer? 0.566 is the answer. Okay. Tapi kalau you ambil 24, then it will be 0.567. Boleh juga. Okay. But remember to letak negative. Right. So I will follow my one is 0.566. Alright. With the negative. That is why I ask you to tulis siap-siap the negative first. Right. So negative 0.566. Okay. Okay, sampai sini buat apa? Sampai sini buat apa? Sampai sini we have to find the K, right? So in order to find K, do you remember just now you let C equals to K minus 12 over 2. So it means now you already find C, you have to tukar balik lah. So it means K minus 12 over 2 equals negative 0.566. And now you can find your K, just press calculator. Negative 0.566 times 2 plus 12. Okay, and then you get the answer. All right, 10.868. Okay, 10.868. Usually I write 4 significant figure, but since this one it's just one more digit, so just write it lah. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so that's it. Quite simple. Okay, now we can do B question. Okay, soalan A is normal distribution, so soalan B very high chance is binomial distribution already. Okay, but we have to read the question to know for sure. Okay, the B question says the probability of class 5 Khaldun win a futsal match between class is 3 over 7. So 3 over 7 is a probability, but to be more specific is the probability of win a futsal match, right? Then what is the probability of this class losing? It will be 4 over 7, right? And then it says if class 5 Khaldun participates in 6 matches, find the probability that class 5 Khaldun lose all match. Okay, this question is binomial distribution or normal distribution? It's binomial, right? Hey, how you know whether it's binomial distribution soalan or normal distribution? Okay, if the soalan got mentioned the word normal, then it's normal distribution. Then you have to guna jadual. But if the soalan tak ada mention perkataan normal, then it's binomial. And for binomial, you have to use the formula lah. Okay, and how many formulas you learn under binomial distribution? There is 4 formulas. The first formula is to find probability, which is NCX, P power X, Q power N minus X. Okay, I know some teachers, they like to use R here, which is NCR, P power R, N minus R. Can lah, it's the same thing, whatever lah, okay? Okay, if you change the X to R also, it's the same, okay? Okay, but there are still 3 more formulas. The mean formula, variance, standard deviation. Mean is NP, variance is NPQ, standard deviation is square root NPQ. But I'm not going to write that down because this question, they only ask for probability. So we will only be using this formula. Okay, so what is your N? 6, right? Because in order to use this formula, you need to know your NPQ. And what is your P and what is your Q? Okay, for soalan number 1, they want to find lose all match punya probability. But soalan number 2, they want to find win more than 2 match. So actually, you can jadikan win as probability of success pun boleh, or you want to jadikan lose probability of success pun boleh, right? But if I'm the one that's doing this question, I will jadikan probability of win to be my P. It means I will jadikan ini 3 over 7, Q jadi 4 over 7. Okay? Tapi kalau saya jadikan win, if I jadikan win jadi success, it means later when I do question number 1, I have to do PX equals 6. Because lose all match, it means win 6. That's why I will do PX equals 6. All right. But what if some student, they want to jadikan 4 over 7, they want to write at P? Can also. But if you jadikan lose success, then you have to do PX equals 0. Oh my God. Wait. Let me explain one more time. Silap. Okay. If I jadikan, okay, if they say lose all match, means what? It means win 0 lah. Yeah, because lose all match means lose all 6 match, right? Mean win 0. So if I want to jadikan 3 over 7, if I jadikan the win probability of success, it means later I have to do PX equals 0. Yeah. Okay, if I want to jadikan PQ macam ni. Okay, but some student they want to jadikan 4 over 7, they want to letak dekat P. Tapi sebenarnya boleh juga. Tapi kalau you letak 4 over 7 for your P, then you have to do PX equals 6. Because when you jadikan 4 over 7, the P means lose is success. And they say lose all. So that's why you have to do lose all means lose success means success 6 kali. Okay, macam tu lah. And you will get the same answer, by the way. Okay, both these will give you the same answer. But I will padam all this and do it like this. So it means I jadikan win success. Okay, because I write 3 over 7 for my P's, it means the probability of success is the winning probability. So out of 6 matches, maybe 0 success. Okay, success means menang, win. So maybe tak ada satu match pun saya success, or maybe 1 success, 2 success, 2 win, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what does it mean by 6? 6 means 6 kali pun saya success, 6 kali pun saya menang. Right? Menang means success. Okay. Tapi sebenarnya you nak jadikan lose success pun boleh. I already explained to you. Okay, now they say lose all match. It means I have to do PX equals what? I cannot do Px equals 6 because if I do Px equals 6, I am finding the probability for winning 6 match, which is not correct. I want losing 6 match, so I should do Px equals 0. Okay, unless you jadikan sini 4 over 7 lah. If this one jadi 4 over 7, this one 3 over 7, then you can do Px equals 6. Okay, hope you understand. Let's do it using this formula. NCX, so 6C0, bracket, 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 bracket. Write the P, 3 over 7, write the Q, 4 over 7. The power here and the power here will be the same with the number down here, 6. And then the power here will be atas minus atas, 6 minus 0, 6. So now press calculator. Just tekan 4 over 7 power 6. Okay. The rest all no need to tekan because 6C0 is 1. This one power 0 is also 1. So the answer is 0.0. Write in 4 significant figure, 3482. But you have to read the question. Sometimes they might not ask for probability. They might ask for percentage ataupun number. If they ask for percentage, then you have to convert to percentage. And how you convert? You have to times 100. Okay. But what if they ask for number? Okay, if they ask for number, then maybe you have to use this special formula. PA equals NA. But this formula, you use it when they ask you to find number. When they ask you to find number, then only you use this formula. Okay. But this question, they ask for probability and sudah siap lah. That's the answer. Okay, question number 2. Class 5 Khaldun win more than 2 matches. Alright, it means PX bigger than 2 lah. Because they say win more than 2, right? That is why it's very simple for me already. Because I already jadikan my win my success. Okay, so I don't have to, the 4 over 7 and 3 over 7, I have to terbalikkan now. No need, no need. Because I already jadikan win success tadi, right? And that is also why I prefer to do it like this. Okay, because it's easy for both questions. Okay, so how? Win more than 2 So it means I have to calculate Px equals 3, 4, 5. It means I have to calculate win 3, win 4, win 5, win 6, win probability, and then tambah semua lah. Tapi ada cara cepat. You can also take 1 minus because total probability of everything will be always be 1, right? So you can take 1 minus Px equals 0 minus Px equals 1. 2 also have to minus because 2 kita tak mau kan? Yeah, because they want Px bigger than 2, right? It's not, dia tak ada line dekat sini. Kalau ada line sini then it means the 2 you jangan minus. Jangan minus. But since dia tak ada line, the 2 have to minus. So now it becomes 1 minus Px equals 0, tak payah buat dah, sudah ada 0.03482. And then Px equals 1 kena buat lah. So use this formula, NCX, so 6C1, and then bracket, bracket. P is 3 over 7, Q is 4 over 7. Power will be same with the number down here, 1, 1. And then this power will be 6 minus 1, which is 5. And then the last one is Px equals 2, so 6, 6C2. And then bracket, bracket. The power, this one will be 3 over 7, 4 over 7. The power here will be the same with number down here, 2. And then this power will be 6 minus 2, which is 4. Okay. All right. So now you just press calculator and then you get answer. So 1 minus 0.03482 minus, okay, now I'll press all of this. Okay, 6C1 is 6 times 3 divided 7 times bracket 4 over 7 close bracket power 5. All right, it's what, 0.1566. Okay, actually it's 67 because the next digit is 6, so you have to round off plus 1. Okay, this one I tekan all this. So let's press 6C2 times bracket 3 over 7 close bracket power 2 and then times open bracket 4 over 7 close bracket power 4. Okay, my calculator give me 2938. Yeah, because the next digit is 5, so plus 1. Okay, now 1 minus everything, then you will get answer. 1 minus 0.03482 minus 0.1567 minus 0.2938. Okay, my calculator give me 0.51468. Okay, or you can write 0.5147 also can. But since it's only one more digit, so I will just write 5 significant figure for them lah. It's fine. Okay, so that's all. Sudah siap, right? So I think I did everything correctly, right? So 5 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue with question number 11. Okay, number 11. This will be the last question for section B. Okay, let's go. Use the graph paper to solve this question. No problem. So this is linear law lah. Okay, let's read. Table 11 shows the values of two variables x and y obtained from an experiment. Not important. Semua ini tak penting. The variable x and y are related by the equation 2y plus 6q or x equals p where p and q are constant. Okay, everything they mentioned here is not important except this. right? This equation is important, okay? The rest all is like tak penting, okay? Tak payah baca pun tak apa. Tapi equation is very important. So I'm gonna write down the equation here. Okay, should I write it up here? Yeah, I think I should write it up here. More space. Number 11, the equation is 2y plus 6q over x equals p. Okay, when we are doing linear law question in paper 2, and if they got give us the equation, you should immediately change it to linear form. What is linear form? Linear form means y equals mx plus c. Okay, but how do we know whether this equation is linear form or not linear form? Very easy. You just look at your part B, because part B will tell you, dear Suro, plot what against what. Then you will know what is your y-axis, what is your x-axis. So if they say plot xy against x, what it means is your y-axis is xy and your x-axis is x. That's what it means by xy against x, right? So my job now is to jadikan this equation supaya dia sama dengan y-axis xy, alright? I want my y-axis to be xy. But macam mana? Sekarang tak ada xy, so macam mana? I have to first pindah the 6q over x to the other side first lah. Okay, so when I pindah, I become p minus 6q over x like this, right? And since I don't want the 2, I will divide by 2. So when this one divided by 2 becomes p over 2, this one divided by 2 becomes 3q over x, right? But it still don't have the but I want the equation to be sama dengan y-axis, which is xy. So what I'll do now is darab x. But when I darab x here, the other terms semua pun kena darab x. So p over 2 darab x becomes p over 2x. But the x, I will not write atas, I will write in the middle. When you write in the middle means dia atas punya lah. And then minus this one darab x, I think just becomes 3q. Because when you darab x potong, tinggal 3q sajalah. And yeah, this is your linear form. So this is your linear form equation. Y equals mx plus c. It means your y-axis is xy, all right? And then your x-axis is x. And then what is your gradient m? Your m is p over 2. And then your c is negative 3q. Okay? Okay, I know a lot of students will tell me, hey, sir, the soalan A never asked you to do that. The soalan A asked you to construct a table. They never ask us to do this. Hey, hello, I mentioned so many times in my video already. Okay, I already made so many, like 16 videos. Okay, 16 videos. Okay, for for my channel. And it's always the same thing. Whenever I do linear law question, I always say the same thing. Even if the question never asks you to change to linear form, you have to change to linear form, because if you don't do that, you cannot do part C later. Because part C later, they will ask you to find P and Q. And if you don't do this, how are you supposed to know what's the gradient, what's the y-intercept? You cannot know, right, if you don't do this first. That is why you need to change to linear form, so that you know now the p over 2 is gradient, negative 3q is y-intercept, and then later when you do C, you can refer this linear form equation. Okay, all right, now only we do A. Now sekarang baru kita buat A. So A is dia suruh based on table construct a table for the values of x, y. Okay, we all know our new x-axis is x, new y-axis is xy. So definitely later when we plot, there will be we need a new table. Okay, we need a new table. So I'm gonna draw my table. Where should I draw my? Okay, I'm just gonna draw it down here. Okay, so my A working, I will draw it down here. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Let me draw it. Wait. All right, let me choose this color. Okay, like this. Okay, got how many lines? So got how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one. Okay, why this green color one? Okay, let me change it. Okay, so one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think I draw extra one kotak already, but it's okay lah. Okay, construct a table for xy. So this is xy, which is the y-axis. Okay, the y-axis, and then the xy will be 1 times 6 lah, which is 6. And then to get the second one, you have to take 3 times 3.3, because they want x times y, right? So what happens when you take 3 times 3.3? I think it's 9.9. Okay, let's press calculator. Yeah, correct. And then the next one is 4 times 3, which is 12. And then 5 times 2.8, you can press, is 14. And then 6 times 2.7, 16.2. And then the last one, 8 times 2.5. My calculator give me 20, right? Okay, so this one extra, this one extra one. Excuse me. Okay, so now you can start to do part B, which is to plot the graph, right? And then draw the line of best fit. But before you do that, we all know the new x-axis is x, the new y-axis is xy. And to make my plotting process easier, because later when I plot, I have to look at the table, right? I'm gonna write the value of x here also, which is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, because I want it to be because later when I plot, I can just refer here and everything is easy, right? So the first point is 1639.9 and so on. Okay, all right, they got give us scale here, 2 cm to 1 unit on x-axis. It means here will be 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then 2 cm to 2 means here will be 2, 4, 6. But you also have to check whether you have negative value or not, because if you have negative value, then your origin, your zero zero cannot letak dekat bottom left, right? You might need to adjust your position, right? But since this question, every value here is positive, then yes, it means you can put your origin on at the bottom left of the graph paper. So now let's go to the graph paper and start uh, drawing our axis 2 cm to 1, 2 cm to 2. Let's go. So our zero will be at the bottom left, and then 2 cm to 1, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I remember got 8 right just now. Let's see. Okay, the biggest value is 8. So definitely I have to go. I have to go. Okay, let me think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I think I have to use the corner of the graph paper, yeah. Because the graph paper they provide me is like uh, a bit small, right? So I'm gonna start here. Yeah. Because if I start here, then it's enough space. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tak cukup also. So I think I have to memang start dekat corner sini lah. Okay lah, it's okay lah. Just start at the corner. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this will be your x-axis. So this one you have to write x. And then this one they say 2 cm to 2 unit. But I remember the highest value is 20. So I have to go 2, 4, 6, 8, naik sampai 20 lah. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and then this is your my y-axis. But you cannot write y, you have to write xy. And then the tajuk later will be graph of xy against x. Okay, xy against x. Okay, and then underline this lah because this is the tajuk. Okay, now we can start to plot our graph. So let's look at the first point. The first point given here is 1, 6. So let's plot 1, 6. So 1 is here and 6 is here. So this is your first point. Okay, done. All right. Okay, let's plot nicely. Okay, 1, 6. Okay, next one. Next point. What is the next point? Next point is 3, 9.9. So let's go. 3 duduk dekat mana? 3 dekat sini. 9.9. Okay, we all know 8 and 10. The difference here is 2, right? Because 10 minus 8 is 2. It means one kotak kecil here is 2 divided by 10, which is 0.2. So every time you turun satu kotak, you have to minus 0.2. So what is 10 turun satu kotak? 9.8. Because you take 10 minus 0.2, right? But I want 9.9. So actually you cannot turun satu kotak. You have to turun half kotak. Okay, but it's like very blur, this graph paper. So, okay. Okay lah, lebih kurang here lah. Yang penting is you tahu kena turun half kotak. Okay, so I repeat one more time. The x coordinate is 3, and then the 10 have to turun half kotak. Because you want 9.9. Yeah, 9.9 is, if you turun satu kotak is 9.8 already. That's why you turun half kotak. Okay, so 3, 9.9. Okay, next one. Next one is 412. Let's go. 412. 412, 514. Okay, let's go. 412. This one, 412. And then 514, right? So 412 is this one. Okay. And then 514. 514 is here. Okay. Let's make this smaller. Okay. And then the next one. 412, 514. Next one is 6, 16.2. 6, 16.2. Okay, where is 6, 16.2? 6 is here. 16.2 is 16 naik satu kotak kecil. Okay, because when you naik satu kotak kecil, you tambah 0.2. Yeah. So yeah, that's 16, 16.2. The last one is 820. Okay, 820. Okay, let's make it smaller so you can see it. So okay, even smaller. Okay, like this, you can see it already. So 16.2, and then the last one is 820. 820, I think it's here. Okay, let's check one more time. Is it 820? Yes, 820. Okay. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, I think I did everything correctly. Now it's time to draw our line of best fit, right? So we need a pembaris panjang, and then we start to join all these points, right? But what if your point doesn't touch all the, what if your line doesn't touch all the point? It's okay, eh? It's okay if it doesn't touch, because in linear law, it's not supposed to touch all the points, right? Okay, but try to make your line touches paling banyak point lah, right? So try to adjust your ruler so that it touches the most points, paling banyak punya point. So the method I use is always like this. I will try to join my pembaris panjang, so that my line join the first point and the second point like this, right? So as you can see, if it joins the first point and the second point, right, it's not very good, because even though it touches 2 points, right, the first point and the second point, but you can see the rest of the points tak sentuh, and all of the point duduk atas, right? So this line is not that good because it only touched 2 points, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the line now. Instead of going, if instead of joining the first point and the second point, I will join the first point and the third point. So now this is the third point, this one. All right. So as you can see, when I adjust my ruler, that when I adjust my ruler like this, when it joins the first and third point, now the line touches more points, right? It touches the first point, the third point, the fourth point also sentuh, all right? And then this point, okay lah, very near lah, but tak sentuh lah. Okay, so let's count it tak sentuh. But at least it's better than just now, right? Just now only touch 2 point. This one touch 3 point. Okay, so it's better than that, right? So I already tried joining 1 and 2, 1 and 3. Now let's try to join the first point and the fourth point. Okay, I'm sure you know what I'm doing already, right? What all I'm doing is just trying 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, and choose the best line, the line that connects the most point. Okay, that's all, right? That's all. That's what I'm doing now. So 1 and 3, this is the result. If I summon 1 and 4, I think it would be the same result, yeah. Because when you summon 1 and 4, it will look the same when you sama macam joining 1 and 3, yeah. It will still look like this. Then what if I join 1 and 5? Let's try lah. Let's try and see. I also don't know what will happen. 1 and 5. Well, you also touch 2 points, and then all the point duduk bawah. Satu duduk bawah, dua duduk bawah, tiga. They say like not that good, right? And you only touch 2 points, okay? And just now touches 3 point, right? Okay, the last one is joining first point and the last point 6 points. So let's try. If I join it this point and this point, what's gonna happen? Okay, I think this is the best one lah. You can see this is the best one because when you join the first point and the last point, it touches 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, which is by far the most point. Like paling banyak one. This line touches paling banyak point, right? I know this 2 point tak sentuh, but look at how near. It's so near to the line, right? And satu point is like bawah garisan, another one is atas garisan. So it's balanced. Yeah. So walaupun dia satu duduk bawah, satu duduk atas, but it's balanced because one bawah, one atas, right? And it touches 4 points. So this is the line lah. This is the straight line of best fit. So I'm gonna decide on this line, and this is the answer lah. Now we just have to panjangkan until the y-axis. Okay, we need to do that because later we need to find the y-intercept. All right. So I think I did everything correctly. Yeah. So touch this point. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And then the second point duduk bawah, the fourth point duduk atas. So yeah, this is how you draw the line of best fit. Okay, and remember always draw until y-axis, because you need the y-intercept later. And I can tell my one is 4. Okay, my y-intercept is 4. So sudah siap. This is my part B answer. So 3 marks. Okay. Now we can do part C lah. Okay, part C says what? Use the graph in 11B. Find the value of question 1. So C question 1. Find value of y when x equals 7. So for C question 1, I have to write when x equals 7. and then I have to find y. Okay, but it's not possible to find y actually, because if you look at your x-axis, it's x, and your y-axis is xy. So when you go to your graph to find x7, you will find the value of, you can only find the value of xy, right? So after you find value of xy, baru you bahagi to find y. Okay, all right, let's go. When x equals 7, so where is x equals 7? Okay, I think I need to make it smaller. So when x equals 7, okay, 7 is here, right? 7 is here. So I'm gonna draw a dotted line. Okay, draw a dotted line here, straight down. X, okay, because you have to go to x-axis 7, huh? And then you draw a dotted line. Okay, when the dotted line reach the line, when the dotted line touches the garisan, you have to tarik satu line to the y-axis, and then that is the answer. Okay, not the final answer lah. This 18, that is your xy. That is the xy answer. But they want y, right? So it's okay. You write xy equals 18 first, right? But we all know x is 7, right? So if I want to find y, it means y equals 18, and then the x is 7. So 7y is 18. So y is 18 over 7 lah, right? Okay, you can write in decimal. If you write in decimal, it will be 2.57, something like that, right? You can write 2.571. Yeah, can also. Okay, but for this case, I prefer writing in fraction. Yeah, it's much, because if you write in fraction, your teacher cannot argue with you. Like the Pemeriksaan cannot argue with you because you write in fraction. But if you write in decimal, sometimes they might say like, oh, you write sikit sangat decimal place or banyak sangat decimal place, right? But if you write in fraction, confirm betul. Okay, all right. So that's why I prefer to write in fraction. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2 says what? Find the value of p and q. Okay, this question you have to refer your linear form equation. Do you remember in the beginning I asked you to change to linear form first? Yeah, because of this question. Because if you don't change to linear form, you cannot do it. So let's scroll to our linear form. This one. This is the first part. I do this even though the soalan never asked me. So what is my gradient? P over 2, right? So they want me to find P first. So P over 2 is your gradient, not P. Your gradient is not P. Tengok betul, is P over 2, right? So I have to write P over 2 equals gradient, right? And then later I have to find my gradient from the graph, and then times 2 lah. Then I get my P answer. What about the later when we do number 3? How to find Q later? Okay, we refer our linear form. You can see what is your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is not Q, tengok betul, it's negative 3Q, right? So what I have to write here, negative 3Q is y-intercept, but the y you have to use capital letter, okay? Because your y-axis in linear law is always changed to something else one, so you have to write y huruf besar. And then later I have to take out my y-intercept from my graph, but I already take out just now is 4, so my q is negative 4 over 3. Okay, you can change to fraction also, it will be negative 1.3, right? Can also, but I will just leave it in fraction, okay? So now the only thing left to do is the gradient lah. Okay, when we find gradient, we need 2 points, yeah? We need 2 points. So we can take the y coordinate minus y coordinate bahagi x coordinate minus x coordinate. That's the formula for gradient. But when we find gradient, the formula for gradient is take the difference in y bahagi difference in x. And I always advise my student, try to make your difference in x, try to make it 2, 5, or 10. Because these numbers is easy to divide. Because the difference in x, you have to tulis bawah the fraction. Bawah fraction means you have to bahagi the number. So imagine your difference in x is 3 ataupun 7. Imagine dividing by 3 and 7. Mesti you akan dapat jawapan yang like banyak-banyak decimal place, and then you have to round off, right? So we can avoid that by choosing a number that is easy to bahagi. For example, 2, 5, 10, right? So you want your difference in x to be 2, 5, and 10, right? So if you look at here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what you can do is you can choose from 0 to 5. Yeah, this is very smart, because if you choose from 0 to 5, 5 is a very easy number to divide. And when you divide by, when the difference in x is 5, later your gradient answer will come out very nice. You understand, right? Or maybe some student want to take 1 until 6. Can also. Because if you take 1 until 6, the difference is also 5. Yeah, because 1 until 6, the difference is also 5. Or you want to take 3 until 8 also can. Okay, 3 until 8 also can. All right, up to you. Okay, because 3 until 8, the difference is also 5. Okay, I'm going to take 0 until 5. Okay, so the point when x is 0 is 0, 4. And then the point when the x coordinate is 5 is this point, which is 5, 14. So when I find the and I don't know why students don't like to draw the dotted line, but you have to draw it, class. Yeah, you have to draw it. Okay, you have to join these 2 points using dotted line like this. Okay, and when you join the two total line, it will form a right angle triangle and then put 90 degree, right? And then now you have to find the gradient, right? So the formula would be y minus y, 14 minus 4, divide 5 minus 0. 14 minus 4, divide 5 minus 0. So 14 minus 4 divide 5 minus 0. So it will be p over 2 equals to 14 minus 4 is 10, 10 divided 5 is 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. So that's the answer. All right. So the answer for p is 4. Can you see my gradient answer comes up very nice? It doesn't come out like decimal one because I plan ahead. I try to make my difference in x like number yang senang bahagi, right? But some student maybe they take 0 until 7, right? Then you will get jawapan yang tak berapa cantik lah, because if you take 0 until 7, then your difference in x value will be 7, right? And then when you divide by 7, you will get like, because 7 is not an easy number to divide, right? That is why you can avoid this by choosing which 2 points you ambil. Okay, actually you can choose any 2 points, right? But this is just a tips to you for you to get like an answer yang senang untuk tulis. All right. I think that's all. Yeah, finish already. Okay. Okay. Now we do bahagian C. So bahagian ini mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 2 soalan. Okay, I will jawab 3 soalan. Right? It means I will jawab all the soalan in bahagian C except the kinematics. Okay? But during exam, don't jawab 3 soalan, just jawab 2 soalan. Okay? Unless you have extra time lah. Okay? But you just need to jawab 2 soalan. Okay? You will only get full mark for 2 questions. Okay? So you don't need to jawab 3 during exam. Okay? Unless you like very confident lah. Okay? All right, number 12. Solution by scale drawing will not be accepted. This is not important. All right, tak penting, tak payah baca. Diagram 12 shows two triangles ABC and CDE such that BCD is a straight line. Okay, ABC is a triangle, CDE is another triangle, BCD is straight line. So they are trying to tell you the angle here is 180 degree. Okay, so because straight line, right? Straight line must be 180 degree. Okay, let's see what else. It is given that AC 4.916. Oh, can label 4.916. So these are all very important information, very crucial information. BC is 5.28. This one 5.280. Okay, next one DE 6.025. Okay, let's go. And then line AB is parallel to line EC. What does it mean by parallel? Okay, tak apa, kita label dulu AB, EC. Usually, when parallel, I teach my students to label like this, put an arrow like this, right? Oh, it means you can find out. Wait. Okay, there is a Z shape, right? Because when two lines parallel forms a Z shape, this angle and this angle same. So can you tell me this Z, which angle and which angle sama? This red color angle and this red color angle, right? But we don't know this angle. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. And then it says calculate. Okay, soalan number 1, calculate the length of AB correct to 3 decimal place. So AB is this one lah. Okay, how to do this? Okay, this is solution of triangle. It means the formula we can use is sine rule, cosine rule, area, Heron's formula, and yeah. So how can we find AB? Can we use sine rule here? No, I don't think so. Because sine rule, you need to have the opposite of what you want. Okay, so what you want now is AB, right? You need to have the opposite of what you want, and you need to have one pair. But you don't have any complete pair here. So you cannot use sine rule. So the correct way is to use cosine rule actually. This case is the case to use cosine rule. When they give you two sides and then one included angle and ask you to find the remaining side, this is, yeah, you need to use cosine rule for this case. And I will write the formula down. This is the cosine rule formula. A square equals B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. Okay. Okay, how to use this formula? Okay, the B and C, you terbalik pun tak apa. The B and C you terbalik tulis pun tak apa. Yang penting is the A you jangan silap tulis. If the A silap tulis, the whole thing salah, right? And there is a very fast way to know which one is the A. The A is the panjang yang berdepan dengan sudut. Alright? I repeat one more time. A is always the panjang yang depan angle. Depan angle. So which panjang is depan angle? 50.52 is the angle, right? So depan angle, this one. So this one is the A, right? So my small a is actually the AB panjang, right? And then square equals to the B and C. That one is the remaining two side lah, which is 5.28 square plus 4.916 square, right? And don't forget to minus 2 bracket BC cos A. So 5 point, okay, not enough space. Okay. Okay. So the formula is minus 2 times BC, which is 5.28, and then times with C again, which is 4.916, and then cos angle, which is 50.52 lah. Okay, now it's time to tekan calculator. And when you tekan, you don't have to tekan one by one. Tak payah. You straight away tekan all of this, right? Okay, but there will be a square root here lah, because this square root come from this square. Yeah, this square when you pindah jadi square root, right? So now you have to tekan from here until here inside the calculator. No need to tekan one by one. Straight away tekan key in everything. So 5.28 square plus 4.916 square minus 2 bracket 5.28 close bracket open bracket 4.916 close bracket cos 50.52 degree. Okay, press equal. Okay, my calculator give me 19.038, but I will write for significant figure 19.04, but it's fine because later when I tekan square root, I will use the answer button, so everything will be accurate. So square root answer. Okay, my calculator give me 4.363. If I write in 4 significant figure is, okay, they already said correct to 3 decimal place, right? So let's just follow the question. 3 decimal place means after decimal point need to have 3 digit. So it will be 363 lah. The next digit is 3, so I don't have to plus 1. So this is the answer. Okay. All right. Sudah siap. Hope you understand. Now we do question number 2. Number 2 says find the angle DCE. So I will do it here. How to find angle DCE? Okay, I already know AB panjang. I should label in my diagram here 363. Okay, DCE means the angle dekat mana? Dekat sini, right? Okay, actually how to find this angle? Can we use this triangle? Cannot. Because this triangle tak cukup information. Yeah, tak cukup information. So I think the only way is to use this triangle to find the red color angle. Because once you find the red color angle, you will know this angle. Because I already say this two red color angle is the same, right? And then after you get this, you take 180 minus 50.52 minus the red color angle, and then dapat lah angle sini. So that's the plan now. So how to use the other triangle, this triangle, to find this red color angle? That's my mission now, is to find this angle. All right. But sir, the soalan never asked. Okay, I know the soalan never asked me to find this angle, but in order to find the angle DCE, you need this angle. Then baru you ada sini, baru you boleh ambil 180 minus minus to get here. Okay. And also you cannot find it directly, this angle, because this triangle is not enough information. All right. So I hope you understand my thought process. Okay. All right. So now my job is to find this angle, and we can use sine rule, by the way, because we have one pair, right? One complete pair, and we also have the opposite of what I want to find. So what I want to find is this angle, right? And the opposite of what I want is 5.28, and we have one pair. So this is, yeah, this is perfect for sine rule. Okay, so since I'm finding angle, so sine kena tulis atas. Sine angle, what is this? BAC, right? So sine angle BAC over the opposite, which is 5.28, is equivalent to sine 50.52 over 4.363. And now you can find your sine BAC. Okay, you just tekan this one, bahagi this one, darab this one. So let's press calculator. Sine 50.52, close bracket, bahagi 4.363 times 5.28. Okay, my calculator give me 0.9341. And then you have to shift sign answer, right? Shift sign answer. Okay, when you tekan shift sign answer, actually your calculator give you 69 degree 5 minutes. Okay, I usually write in degree minute, but I want you to know something. Okay, it's very important. This one. When you tekan shift sign, there's actually how many answer? There's actually two answer. Okay, there's actually two answer. There's another answer here, which is in quadrant 2, because sign positive. Add sugar to coffee. It means there's first quadrant, there's second quadrant. And how to get the second quadrant answer? You have to take is this angle. So you have to take 180 minus the reference angle. All right. But you know why I never do? You know why I never take? Why I never write the other answer is because if you use your eyes to see, you can tell this red color angle is a quadrant 1 angle. All right, it's less than 90 because 90 degree is like this. So this is like less than 90. So that's why you will end up taking the quadrant 1. Okay, that's why you don't have to take 180 minus. Even if you take 180 minus, you will reject that answer anyway. So that's why I never do it, right? But I think it's still important for us to always be aware of that, because sometimes they really want the quadrant 2 answer. So be careful. You don't need the soalan to tell you whether it's acute angle or obtuse angle. You use your eyes also, you can tengok one. Sometimes they won't tell you one. You have to sendiri you guna mata untuk judge, okay, untuk how to say, untuk pandang and then tentukan sama ada quadrant 1, quadrant 2. But this one is really quadrant 1 lah. So this is 69 degree 5 minute. It means this is also 69 degree 5 minute. Okay, and I already explained why they are same angle because of the Z shape. Because parallel, parallel, Z, so Z, 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 that's why it's this angle sama. So now you can find your angle DCE, which is what they want you to find at the soalan number 2, right? So how to find DCE? 180, because 180 degree is a total angle in straight line, minus 50.52, and then minus with 69 degree 5 minute. Okay. Okay, now we press calculator, see what I get. 180 minus 50.52. I will use the answer button, okay, because it's more accurate. Okay. All right. Hey, why my calculator give me negative? Okay, I think I silap tekan. 50.52 minus 69 degree 5 minute. Okay, my calculator give me 60 degree 24 minute. Okay, 60 degree 24 minute. If you want to write in decimal, can also. Okay, up to you. If it's that in decimal, it's 60.40 degree. Yeah. Okay, if you write in decimal. Okay, but I usually like write to in degree minute. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Okay, number 3. Let's go. Area of triangle CDE. So number 3, how to find area of triangle CDE. Which one is triangle CDE? This one. Okay, if you want to find area, you need to use this formula 1 over 2 AB sine C, where A and B is 2 panjang, C has to be the angle in between the two sides. Okay, so we since we are finding this triangle, it means we need 2 panjang in of this triangle lah. Okay, we already know the angle here just now, berapa tadi? 60 degree 24 minute. Okay, so do I have any 2 panjang here? I only have 1 panjang, which is, yeah, which means I cannot find my area. Yeah, so I have to erase already. Why I erase is because I realized I cannot find area. I need to find 1 more panjang. Okay, and how to find 1 more panjang? Okay, first of all, can we find this angle? Yes, right, because we already have 2 of the angle, and the total angle inside triangle is always 180. So let's take 180 minus this one and see what I get. So 180 minus 60 degree 24 minute, and then minus 44.889. So my calculator give me 74 degree 43 minutes. 74 degree 43. Actually, it's 42, but belakang more than 30, so we have plus 1. All right. Now we have 3 angle already, but I need side. I need 1 more panjang. I don't need angle, I need panjang. So you can either find this panjang, or you can also find this panjang, up to you. All right. Because the formula is 1 over 2 panjang darab panjang, and then sine the angle between the 2 panjang. So since you have all 3 angles already, so it's up to you. You can find this panjang. If you find this panjang, then later you will take 1 over 2 darab sini, darab sine yang ni lah. Because that's the angle in between. But what if you find angle panjang yang ini? Boleh juga. Then you will take 1 over 2 darab panjang ni, and the angle in between will be this one. Okay, so up to you lah. Okay, okay lah. Let's just go with this panjang lah. Okay, let's just go try to find the CD panjang. Okay, so to find the CD panjang, you will use sine rule. Okay, you will use sine rule because you already have the opposite of what you want, and you have 1 complete pair that you can use. So this is perfect to use sine rule. Okay, so since you're finding CD, so CD tulis atas over sine, the opposite is 74 degree 43 minutes equals to the complete pair, which is 6.025 over sine 60 degree 24 minutes. Okay, now you can find your CD. This one don't have to worry about having 2 answer. The 2 answer is only when you tekan shift sign. Okay, when you find angle. When you find angle using sine rule, baru. Tapi ini you cari panjang, right? So don't have to worry about that. So, and you don't have to write in degree minute. Panjang tak ada orang tulis dalam degree minute. Only angles saja tulis dalam degree minute. Okay, 6.025 bahagi sine 60 degree 24 minute, and then times with sine 74 degree 43 minute. Okay, my calculator give me 6.684. So that is the answer lah. Okay, and this is panjang. Panjang don't write in degree minute, please. All right. So 6.684, but this is not the answer yet. This is only the panjang. The soalan asked you to find area, right? So now you can find your area. The area of triangle CDE is the formula we use here is 1 over 2 AB sine C, where A and B is the 2 panjang. So definitely we will take these 2 panjangs. The first panjang is 6.025, and then the other one is 6.684, and then sine C. C is the angle in between the 2 panjang. So you must take 44.89. cannot take the other two angle because the other two angle is not the included angle. It's not the angle in between, right? Okay. If you want to take this angle, then you need the other panjang already. So understand. All right. Now it's time to press calculator. 6.684 times 6.025 times sine 44.89, and then answer divide 2. Okay, my calculator give me 14.21. So just write 14.21, and then don't forget to write cm square because it's area, right? So yeah, that's the answer. Wow, 8 marks for this. Okay. So yeah, I'll take it. Okay, 8 marks. All right, so that's it. Now it's time to do B. Oh, this is ambiguous case question. This question student tak suka soalan macam ni because this ambiguous case student usually very weak at this. Okay. So, but it's actually not that difficult. Yeah, you just buat banyak exercise. If you do a lot of exercise, you will master it. Okay, mesti one. Okay, so let's bincang the soalan B. They say point C prime lies on CD such that CE equals C prime E. Okay, what's the meaning of C prime lies on CD? It means this is the CD line. Can you see it? And then C prime is somewhere on this line. Maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. I don't know, but it's somewhere in between the line. Okay, somewhere in between the CD. That's what it means by C prime lies on CD, such that CE equals to C prime E. It means CE and the C prime E is same panjang. Okay, so now they says what? Number one, sketch and label the triangle C prime DE. Okay, very simple. Look at this triangle, right? Can you see you have three angles already? Now let me ask you, which one is the smallest angle? Which one is the smallest angle here? Right? Smallest angle. Which one? 44.89, right? If 44.89 is the smallest angle, it means the opposite will be the shorter side. This is the shorter side. All right? Do you understand? Then what about the biggest angle? What is the biggest angle here? 74 degree 43 minute, right? It means this the how to say? The side yang depan angle ni, that will be the longest side in the triangle. Okay? So with that being said, now you can sketch, right? But let's sketch the original one first. But when we sketch, we have to make sure this is the shortest one and this is the longest one, all right? Because if you don't sketch correctly, then later I cannot, then later my diagram nanti susah. So this is the longer side, this must be short, like very short, okay? Okay, just make sure it's shorter than this line lah. And then maybe like this. Okay, make sure it's like, maybe like this. Okay, yeah. So like this, right? Oh, by the way, when we sketch out, we don't have to measure exactly like 6.684 cm because it's just sketch only. But try to, how to say, make sure this line is really shorter than this. Because if I don't, then later my triangle is very hard for me to sketch later, right? Like for example, some student, I saw them draw like this. They draw like this, they draw like isosceles triangle. Like cannot, because if you make sure, if you when you sketch you make this line and this line sama panjang, then later you cannot draw your ambiguous case already. Then it's very difficult for you to sketch the ambiguous case, right? So look at this diagram. This one is a good one, right? Because this is the shortest one, this is the longest one, and then there's another line here. Okay, so now let's label. Okay, label CDE. Okay, CDE. So this is C, this is D, this is E. Okay, now we can start to sketch, we can start to determine where is the position of C prime. So C prime lies on CD such that CE equals C prime E. It means the panjang CE have to maintain, okay? But imagine if I want to maintain this, it means this line have to fix. It means what you can do is you have to put your compass here. Okay, but actually tak ada compass pun boleh. You can imagine in your head, right? So what you do is you will put your compass from cucuk dekat E, and then you will gerak this C until you reach here, and that will be your C prime. Okay, and when you tarik satu line here, this panjang and this panjang will maintain. Yeah, it will be the same because these two lines are the radius of the circle. Okay, so this is your C prime. Okay, can understand boleh faham kenapa macam ni? Because they already say C prime, right? So you know confirm is the C point moving already. But why is it moving to the right? Why not move to the left or up or down? Because if you move to the left, it's not possible lah. Because if you move to the left, it's like the point will go here. Because they already say the CE panjang have to maintain. So the only way is to move to the left And then when you move until here, it forms an isosceles, and this is the only way that you can keep the, how to say, maintain the panjang here, right? So this is your answer. This one is your answer, this one. All right. And then the other one, you have to tukar jadi dotted line lah, because this one is the old one. Okay. So I will erase this. So let me erase this line. Erase this line also. Okay, wait Okay, tunggu saya sekejap. Okay, erase this line and then join back this line. Macam ni, right? It means this is the answer. Yeah, this is the answer. Yang dotted line this one is the old one. Okay, and then this one is the compass line lah. Okay, but I think this one can erase also. Okay, okay, let's erase the compass line. But actually, you want to leave it also can one, the compass line. Okay, okay, sudah siap. This is your A answer, B1 answer. They say sketch and label, right? So yeah, this is good enough. Okay. Okay, sekarang kita boleh buat apa? Sekarang kita boleh buat number 2. So number 2 says state the value of uh, angle DC prime E. Okay, I want to tell you something. This angle DC prime E is actually an obtuse angle, which means it's a quadrant 2 angle. That is why it's very important to sketch nicely. If your drawing is like tak cantik, you never follow which one shortest, which one longest, then it will affect your second question answer, right? But let me tell you, this is actually a second quadrant answer. Okay, how I know it is because this is an isosceles triangle. It means this angle at this angle mesti sama, and if this angle at this angle mesti sama, it means they both have to be less than 90. Because imagine if this angle more than 90, more than 90, then when you add, it will be more than 180 already. And you haven't even tambah this angle, which doesn't make sense, right? So definitely these two angle has to be acute angle, which is less than 90, both this angle. Then only when you take 180 minus, you will get this angle. That is why I know this angle has to be definitely quadrant 2. Okay, I hope my explanation makes sense just now lah. All right, so now it's time to find this angle. Okay, we have some information here that we can use. The first information is this angle, 44.89. So that angle we can, oops, what happened? Okay, the 44.89 is here. So I will transfer the information here. And then what else I know? Let's go back to the diagram. Okay, we also know okay, let's see. Can I find, okay, this 60° 24' is actually here, right? Yeah, so it means definitely this angle is also 60° 24' because isosceles triangle, right? Okay, because these two, because you are using you use compass just now, right? So these two lines are radius, that's why these two angles will be same. So now you can find your angle DC prime E. So easy, just take 180 minus 60° 24' lah. Alright, because this is a straight line. So 180 minus, get the answer already. So so easy, yeah. Alright, my calculator give me 119° 36'. Okay, 119° 36'. And I repeat one more time, you can write in decimal if you want. Okay, the one is based on preference. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so okay, so that's it. Okay, if you write in decimal, it will be 119.6. Okay, which is correct also lah. Okay, okay, so that's it. 10 marks for this solution of triangle. It's so easy. So easy. Okay, number 13. Let's do number 13. This is index number. Let's go. The price index for the year 2023 based on 2022 and year 2021 are 120, 135 respectively. I think I have to label this, right? So let's do it up here. 13A. So price index, it means I. 2023 based on 2022. So 2023 based on 2022 is 120. Is that what they trying to say? 23 berdasarkan dan tahun. Okay, it means 2023 based on 2022 and 2023 based on 2021 lah. Another one is 2023 based on 2021. I think that's what they meant, is 135. Let's read again. Price index 2023 based on 2022 and year 2021. It means 2322120, 2321135. Yeah, I think that's what they meant. Okay, not too sure, but it's okay. Given the price item is 45 for the year 2022 ringgit. So this 45 is not the price index, it's the price. So if it's the price, we can use Q. Okay, we can use the symbol Q to represent price. And since it's for 2022, so I will call it Q 2022. And then they say find the price in year Q 2021. So I think I have to tell you about the index number formula first. So the first formula you learn in this chapter, index number, is the price index formula. You take the price bahagi price times 100. Okay, Q1, Q0 times 100. Q1 will be the price in the latest year. And then Q0 will be the price in the older year. Okay. All right. Then what about the second formula? The second one is composite index. Okay. The formula is sum of, you will take the sum of I times weightage divide with the sum of weightage. All right. And then the third formula you learn is the smiley face. You use this when 3 years is involved. Okay. When the soalan involved 3 years, right? Okay. When the soalan asks you to find price in your, like for example, in the A question, they ask you to find price, right? You will definitely use the first formula because this is the only formula that you can use to find price. So if the exam question asks you to find price, definitely is the first formula. Okay, confirm. All right. So you just write down the first formula down. I equals Q1 over Q0 times 100. And I always advise students the same thing. Don't fill in the I first. Don't fill in the I first. Fill in the Q first. All right. Fill in the Q first. Okay. If you fill in the I, you will simply write one. You will buat salah. You go and write 120,135. Then wrong already. Okay. So remember, always write the price inside first. Okay. So fill in the price first. So what is the price yang atas and what is the price yang bawah? Of course, the price yang atas will be 22 because they give you Q22, right? And then the bawah one, it will be Q21. Makes sense, right? Because the price in the latest year always have to letak bawah, right? Now only you write the I, okay? Okay, so if this one is priced in 2022, this one is priced in 2021, then the I automatic will be 2022 based on 2021. Makes sense, right? Because the I here depends on the year here, right? If this one is 2221, this is also 2221, right? So now you can sub in the information inside. Q22 is 45. Q21, this is what you want to find at the end. Okay, this is the final answer, Q21. So in order to find Q21, what you need to have? You need to have what? You need to have the I, right? The price index. But the price index, can you write 120? No, because the year is not the same. This one is 22 based on 21. This one is 23 based on 22. It's not the same. What about 135? Cannot also, because 2321 is 135. But this one is 2221. It's not the same, right? So you cannot use this. You cannot use this. Then how? Use smiley face lah. Because you read this question, got 3 years involved in one question, right? You saw 3 years already. 2023, 2022, 2021. So when there's 3 years involved, yeah, we use the third method, which is the smiley face. It means what I have to do now is I have to write my A up here. Okay, I have to write my A up here so that because I need to do smiley face before doing this, right? So for this, I will write the year. So the how to say, the paling awal punya tahun is what? 2021, followed by 2022, followed by 2023. And then the 120 is 2322, which is here, 120. And then the 2321 is yang bawah sini, that the one is 135. Okay. And I need to find this one, right? So this is question mark, right? So how to find this? Okay, very simple. In order to find, okay, the bawah punya garisan yang ini 135 is always equals to yang atas darab atas bahagi 100. Alright, so remember the smiley face is like this, Yang bawah sini, okay, yang bawah here, let's call it C, and then let's call this A and B. Yang bawah C is always equals to A times B divided 100. It means the 135 equals to what? 120 multiply with this, right? And this is actually the I for 2221. So I'm just going to write the I for 2221. So now you can find the I for 2221. And then you just tekan calculator lah. 135 times 100, which is 13500 divide 120. So my calculator gives me 112.5. And this 112.5, you have to put in here. Like this. Okay. And now you can find your price in 2021. So now pindah the 100 first. So times 100 jadi bahagi 100. What is 112.5 divided 100? 1.125. And then if you want to find Q21, you have to tukar tempat. Means this Q21, when you move up, becomes darab. And then the 1.125 will go down, becomes bahagi. It means they switch place. So now you have to tekan 45 divide 1.125. Alright, my calculator gives me 40. Okay, but since this is price, you have to write RM lah. So RM 40 is the answer. Okay, alright, hope you understand. Alright, next question. Let's do let's do B. Okay, so B, they give us table. Okay, let's read. Table 13 shows the price. It means Q lah. Price is Q. For 3 items in the production of fan PQR. So PQR, this is the keyword. Is the keyword. So later when you read the question, you have to look for this keyword. And if the soalan never mention any of this keyword, it means you have to take the composite index. Okay, the average. Okay, let's read first. For the year 2022 and the year 2023 together with the weightage. So definitely, okay, this 70, 80, 60, these are all price. Okay, price. And it's 2022 punya price. And then this one is also price, but it's 2023. And then this is the weightage W, right? It means I can find the I, right? Yeah, the price index, because I already have 2023 punya price and 2022 punya price. So I can find the index for 23 based on 2022. Okay, but let's not do it first. If the soalan tanya baru saya cari. And then don't forget the PQR is that's the keyword. Okay. All right. So let's do number one. Number one says, by using the year 2022 as the base year, okay, 2022 as the base year, calculate the price index of item PQR. Okay, what does it mean by base year? Base year means they want that year to duduk bawah. Okay. So 2022 is the year dekat bawah. So I want to find the price index, right, for PQR. So it's quite easy, yeah. So uh it means there's three answer for this lah. Okay, three answer for this. So I'll write P here, Q here, R here. Okay, because they want to find price index for item P, Q, and R. So there will be definitely three answer. Okay, one for P, one for Q, one for R. And the formula is I equals to price bahagi price times 100. Okay, I'm finding the price index for 23 based on 22, right? 23 based on 22. So definitely I have to take 105 divide 70 times 100. Okay, and then for Q, you also finding for 23, 22 because they already say 2022 is the base year. So definitely the other one is 2023 kena buat atas lah. So the next one is 100 divide 80 times 100. Okay, and then the last one for R, to find the price index for 23 based on 22, it will be 67.5 divide 60, not the other way. Has to be 67.5 divide 60 times 100. Okay, time to press calculator. Let's go. 10500 divide 70, 150. And then this one, 100 times 100 divide 80, 125. Last one, 67.5 times 100 divide 60. All right, 112.5. 112.5. Oh, sama dengan yang atas tadi ya. But is this connected? I don't think so. I don't think the A and B soalan is connected. So yeah, we don't have to look at the A working. Alright, so sudah siap lah. Ini jawapan untuk number one. They want to find price index for PQR, right? So yeah, this is the answer. Okay, what about question number two? Let's read. Given the composite index means the I dash of the fan for the year 2023 based on 2022 is 140. Okay, so question number two, the information is given here. Composite index is 140, but let's write the year also, 2023 based on 2022. Find the value of x and y. Let's see where is x, where is y. Okay, here is the x and y. Okay. So we will use which formula? So let's look at all the formulas in this chapter. So which formula? 1, 2, or 3? The second formula, right? Composite index. And the formula is take the sum of index times with weightage, divide with the sum of weightage. Okay, but since the year here is 23, 22, definitely later when you sub in the price index, it has to be 23, 22 punya price index also lah. So what is the I for 23, 22 for P? It will be 150. Multiply with the weightage for P, which is Y, right? You can see from the table. So times Y, okay? Plus with the Q index number is 125, all right? And then times with the weightage, which is X, so 125 times X. And then plus with the next one will be R, the index number for R is 112.5. And then the R weightage, you can refer the table, it's 2X, okay? And then don't forget to divide with total weightage, Y plus X plus 2X. Okay, let me tell you something. This equation have how many unknowns? Got two unknowns, X and Y. It means you cannot find your XY by using this equation alone. You need another equation to help you. And let me tell you how to get another equation later. This weightage is in percent. It means the total here will be 100. All right. It means the other equation is y plus x plus 2x equals 100. Okay. And then you do simultaneous later. Okay. But it's okay. Let's simplify this equation first. All right. But I already know I cannot find my xy by using this equation alone. It's just not possible because got x, got y, got two unknown here. Right. But I'm going to simplify it first. So 150y plus 125 times x. Okay, let's do this one first. 112.5 times 2x. So you can press calculator. 112.5 times 2, you get 225. So it means 225x. But you can plus with 125. Okay, and then you get 350x. Okay, because x dengan x boleh tambah sekali. X dengan x boleh buat, right? So when you combine them, when you plus them, you get 350. And then over y plus x plus 2x, x dengan x boleh tambah sekali jadi 3x equals 140. Okay, you can get rid of the fraction. How to get rid of the fraction? Just pindah this whole thing down here jadi darab. So it becomes 140 times y becomes 140y. 140 times 3, I think it's 420. Yeah, and then y dengan y boleh buat. Okay, so plus 140 pindah jadi minus. So 150 minus 140 is 10y plus 350x equals to 420. Okay, and I'm just gonna stop here because I already tell you already this from this equation alone you can't find the x and y. It's not possible because there's two unknowns. So what you have to do now is you have to form another equation and then do simultaneous. And I already tell you how to form the other equation. Total weightage it will be 100 because it's in percent. So y plus x plus 2x equals 100. Okay. So here you write y plus x plus 2x equals 100. And then you can simplify also y plus 3x equals 100 because x plus 2x is 3x, right? And I think you can use the substitution method. Okay. Actually use elimination also can. You nak guna cara penggantian pun boleh, penghapuskan pun boleh, right? There's two methods you learn to do simultaneous, right? Kalau nak buat cara penghapusan, elimination, you can maybe take this one darab 10, right? Make it 10y, 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 and then hapus, boleh juga, right? Or if you want to do penggantian can also, right? I will do penggantian lah. So I will make the y single here. It means I jadikan y subject, and then I call this equation, and then I sub inside lah. Yeah, I just sub this y inside here. So it becomes 10 bracket plus 350x equals 420. And this whole equation y, I will sub inside here. Okay, so 100 minus 3x. It means I already combine these two equations into one equation. Macam tu. And then you can find x now lah. Yeah, so 10 times 100, 1000, 10 times 3, 30x plus 350x equals 420, 350 minus 30, 320x, 1000 pindah jadi. Wait, it means my x is negative. How can x be negative? Did I? Okay, tak apa, kita buat dulu. 350 is 320, right? But 420 minus 1000, it means negative answer already. 420 minus 1000. Yeah, you get negative answer. But how can the x be negative? Weightage tak boleh ada negative, because weightage is like ratio, right? And they already say it's in percentage. So there is no way that you can get negative. Okay. So what's wrong here? What's my mistake? Let me check. 150y plus 125x. Okay, let me check. 1 plus 112.5 times 2 y plus x plus 2x. So this one is 3x, correct? 140, correct? Okay, maybe here I did wrong. 112.5 times 2, 225 lah, plus 125. Oh, yeah, correct also, 350. And then, huh. Mm, So 140 times y is 140y. 140 times 3. I saw my mistake already. 140 times y is 140y. Then 140 times 3x is 420x. I forget the x here. One small mistake. Cannot do terus, okay? Okay, so sorry, I made a careless mistake here. So I forget the x here. It means I have to erase everything from here onwards, okay? Because all wrong already, okay? But I think this one correct, yeah. So this one I'm not gonna erase. Okay, this equation is correct, but all this is wrong already lah. Okay, okay, tak apa, it's okay. Let's do it again. So macam mana? Okay, if this one got x means macam mana? Let's see, y dengan y boleh buat, x dengan x boleh buat. So 150y minus 140 become 10y. And then the x, maybe I can bring it there, becomes 420 minus 350. So x dengan x boleh buat. So 420 minus 350 is 70x. Okay, 70x. And since both sides can divide by 10, so I'm going to do that. So y equals divide by 10, divide by 10. Okay, it means this is your first equation lah. And then the second equation is you take the total weightage equals 100 because it's percentage, right? So y plus 3x equals 100, this one equation 2. And then you just sub 1 into 2. Okay, actually you want to sub 2 into 1 pun boleh. Okay, you want to cari y sini and then ganti dalam sini can also, right? Up to you lah. Okay, so y plus 3x equals 100. And then this y I will sub inside becomes 7x. 7 plus 3 is 10x equals 100. So x equals 100 divide 10, which is 10. And then when x equals to 10, you can ganti masuk sini to find y lah. Alright, so you will ganti balik sini, it becomes y equals 7 times 10, which is 70. So the answer here is x is 10, y equals 70. Okay. Okay, is that what they want? Find the value of x and y. So yeah, oh, 7 marks. Okay, so full mark already, right? 3 marks. Yeah, finish already. 10 marks. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, this one erase. Okay, that's the final answer. Okay, let's do the last question. All right, I will not do 15 because 15 is the kinematics. Okay, I don't do the kinematics online. Okay, number 14. This one is linear programming and you need graph paper. So let's finish it. Use graph paper to answer this question. Okay, no problem. And then they say what? Uh, a wholesale company plans to sell chocolate biscuits and cheese biscuits that will be packed in 2 types of tins, tin A and tin B. Mostly one of these is X and then another one is Y. Okay, but I still don't know which one. Let's keep reading. Each tin A contains 100 pieces of chocolate biscuits and 80 pieces of cheese biscuits, whereas each tin B contains 60 pieces of chocolate biscuits and 120 pieces of cheese biscuits. Okay, but I want to know separate X, separate Y dulu. Okay, so let's keep reading. The company will use X. I saw it already. X units of tin A, Y units of tin B. Okay, I need to know this first before I write the inequality. Okay, it's very important. So, okay, I already know which one is X, which one is Y. So which one is X? X represents the units of tin A, and then Y units for tin B. So I will just write tin A here, and then this one is tin B, right? And the XY represents the units. It means this one is the bilangan tin. So this one is the number lah. So number of tins. Or you can just write bilangan, the bilangan. Okay. Now we can look at the chocolate biscuit, what cheese biscuit just now. So they say here what? One tin A, each tin A means one tin A lah. So one tin A contains 100 pieces of chocolate biscuit. So what is the number of chocolate biscuit kalau ada X tin? So number of chocolate biscuit, it will be 100X lah. Because one tin is 100. So imagine if you have X number of tin, then it's 100X lah. Then there's another one, I think it's cheese. What's the other flavor? Yeah, cheese biscuit is one tin 80 piece. So it means the total number of cheese biscuit will be 80X lah dalam tin A. So this one is number of cheese biscuit. Okay. What about tin B? What about tin B? Tin B, 80, okay, 180, okay, 80X. Okay, tin B contains 60 pieces of chocolate biscuit. Okay, 60. So the total number will be 60Y. Okay, the total number of chocolate biscuits is 60Y. And then the total number of cheese biscuit is 120, but have to times Y because 120 is only for one tin. And if you have Y tins, you have to times Y. Okay, it means later if the soalan mentioned about total number of chocolate, I have to tengok sini. But if the soalan mentioned about number of cheese, I have to tengok sini, right? But if the soalan mentioned about number of tin, baru saya boleh tengok sini. Okay, okay, now everything is clear already. Now we can do A. So write 3 inequalities which satisfy all the above conditions. So we have to tengok 1, 2, 3 sini lah, and then tulis. So let's write the first one. Okay, and then second one, and then the third one. Okay, let's read the first one together. So the first one says, the number of chocolate biscuit being sold must not exceed 6,600. Bilangan biskut coklat yang dijual tidak melebihi 6,600. They never said tin A or tin B. It means the total, right? It means the total number of chocolate biscuit being sold must not exceed 6,600. Must not exceed means tidak melebihi. Tidak melebihi means have to kurang ataupun sama dengan, smaller or equal, right? So number of chocolate biscuit, take the total because they never say X or A or B, right? So it will be 100X plus 60Y does not exceed smaller or equal, right? Cannot lebih mah. So it has to be smaller sama dengan 6,600, right? And try to kecilkan kalau boleh. So all these numbers can divide by 20. So divide by 20, 5X divide by 20, 3Y, 6600 divide 20. Let me press calculator. 330. Okay. So yeah, this is my first inequality. Next one. Next one, number 2 says the minimum number of cheese biscuit being sold is 4,800. Bilangan minimum biscuit keju yang dijual ialah 4,800. So minimum. What is the symbol for minimum? Minimum means what? Sekurang-kurangnya. It means you have to be lebih or sama dengan, more than or equal. Because minimum means paling kurang is this amount. You cannot less than this amount. It means you have to be more than or sama dengan. Okay, more than or sama dengan 4,800. And they never mention tin A or tin B, right? Means take the total lah. So the total number of cheese biscuit have to be lebih or sama dengan 4,800. So what is the total number of cheese biscuit? It will be 80X plus 120Y. Okay, and it has to be lebih sama dengan because it's minimum, right? And how much just now? 4,800. So yeah, that's all. Okay. Okay, kalau boleh simplify, boleh kecilkan. So all these numbers can divide 20 also, I think. Actually divide 40. Yeah. So 80 divide 40, 2x, 120 divide 40, I think it's 3y. And then 4800 divide 40. Let me press. 120. Yeah. So this is my second inequality lah. Okay. Okay, what about my last one? My last inequality will be what? Let's read the question. The total number of tin B, this one they got mentioned number of tin B, must be at least 2 times the total number of tin A. So at least means bigger sama dengan, because at least and minimum is the same meaning. Okay, sekurang-kurangnya, right? So dia tak boleh kurang daripada tu lah. Maksudnya sekurang-kurangnya. So it has to be lebih atau sama dengan. Okay, but this one is not talking about number of biscuit. It's talking about number of tin, and they got mentioned number of tin B. So number of tin B is, what is it? Is y, right? So we have to tengok sini lah, y, and then they say at least twice, right? It means bigger sama dengan 2 times, bigger sama dengan 2 times, and then the total of number of tin A, which is x. So this is your third inequality. All right, and there you have it. Yeah, that's your part A. Set already, 3 marks. So that's it, done. Now we do B. Using a scale of 2 cm to 10 on both axes, construct and shade the region R that satisfy all the above conditions. In this chapter, all your points will be positive. Okay, because x is number of tin, y is number of tin, so everything will be positive, right? So when you do B later, later your graph, the origin will be at the bottom left, right? Because every point will be positive. But you need to find the point first. If you don't find the point, how you supposed to draw the graph? So what you will do here is change all this to equation. So the first inequality, 5x plus 3y, and then change this to equal 330. Okay, and then open two bracket, because you need to find 2 points at least. And then the next inequality, the next line will be 2x plus 3y equals to 120. Why got y here? I think this one I see like police. Yeah. All right, 120. And then also open two bracket. Okay, because you need at least 2 points. And then the last line is y equals 2x, bracket, bracket. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm doing. All I'm doing is I'm just changing all this symbol jadi equal, because I want the garisan now. Okay, the inequality is later when you locate the kawasan, when you want to shade the region, baru you tengok. Now you want the garisan saja. So that's why I change to equal and then find the points. And usually I will find x equals 0, y equals 0, x equals 0, y equals 0, x equals 0, y equals 0. Actually, you can sub any point you want. Tak semestinya x 0, y 0. Okay, there's many other points you can find. But these 2 points is the easiest one to plot, right? Because when you find x 0, y 0, you are finding the x-intercept, y-intercept. Okay, so okay, what happens when x 0? It means 0 times 5, 0. Then your y will be 330 divide 3, which is 110. Okay, you can use your calculator to help you. So yeah, you get 110. So that is your y coordinate, 110. But what if y equals 0? It means this whole thing becomes 0. And then your x will be 330 divide 5. Okay, let me press 330 divide 5. My calculator give me 66. Okay, okay, and then done already. Let's go to the next line. So when x equals 0, 0 times 2, this one 0 lah. So your y will be 120 divide 3, which is 40. Okay, which is 40. So this one is 40. And then what if the y is 0? It means this whole thing becomes 0. 120 divide 2, 60. So 60. Okay, the next one. When x equals 0, means this whole thing becomes 0. So your y will be 0 also. But what happens if your y is 0? Then your x will be 0 divided 2, which is also 0. But if you realize this point is 0, 0, this point is also 0, 0, it means they are the same point. And you cannot plot the garisan, you cannot draw the garisan when if you only have 1 point. It's not possible. You need 2 different points at 2 different locations. It means this point, I have to use another point later. Okay, I have to change to another point later. Okay, but it's okay. We worry about that later. Now we can draw our axis already. 2 cm to 10 on both axes, right? Okay, no problem. So where's the graph paper? Okay, this one. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, I want to make sure I have 8 kotak for the x-axis and then 10 kotak for the y-axis. All right. But there's 110. It means this point later I have to change to another point lah. But it's okay. Don't worry about that. It's fine. We can do it later, that one. Right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So actually I can go until 80, but I have to start here lah. So it'll be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, let's just do it like this lah. and then this will be your x-axis, right? And then this is also 10, 20, and I will only go until 100, 40, 50. If possible, I will go until 110 lah, because there is 1 point 110, right? So 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh, so it's possible to go until 110. So this is your y-axis. Okay. All right. So okay, since it's possible to go until 110 means I don't have to change this point, right? But I want you to know if the point memang tak boleh plot, you can actually change to another point, right? It means you don't sub x equals 0 lah. You sub x equals other number, maybe sub with 50 or 70 or whatever. Okay, whatever number that you want to sub, you can sub also. Okay, okay, but I think it's possible to plot, so I will not change my point. So let's use this point 0, 1, 1, 0. So that is my first point. Okay, and this point have to connect with 66, 0. So where is 66, 0? Okay, 66 is actually, this is 60. Okay, from here to here, the difference is 10, right? Because 70 minus 60 is 10. And it means one kotak here is 10 divide 10 lah. Because got 10 small tiny box here. So 10 divided 10 is 1. It means satu kotak is 1. So to get 66, is actually 65 ke kanan satu kotak, which is lebih kurang here. I don't know why the graph paper is like very blur, but yeah, this is the correct point. Okay, so now it's time to join this, but I need to make it smaller, yeah, because the point is so further apart. So okay, so it will look like this, 66. Okay, let's adjust it. Try to make sure it's accurate. Don't rush. Okay, if you rush later, it will affect your answer later. Okay. Okay, so let's besarkan and check whether I did it correct nicely or not. So 66, yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, seems about right. Okay, boleh. And write the equation also. What's the equation? 5x plus 3y 330. 5x plus 3y 330. Let's go. 5x plus 3y equals 330. But of course, I know some student, maybe they change this point to another point. Can also, up to you, right? You can maybe ganti, like for example, 30. Yeah, you can ganti with 30, because if you ganti with 30, you will get 60. Okay, if you ganti 30x, you will get 60. And the point is here, which is also referring to the same point, same line. Okay, when you join, it will be the same line. So it's like tak apa one. Okay, let's go to the next line. 2x plus 3 120, and the point is 0, 40, 60, 0. Let's go 0, 40, 60, 0. So mana 0, 40? Dekat sini. So this is your 0, 40. Mana 60, 0? Sini. And then you join using pembaris panjang lah. Just join it. Oh, so remember to bring pembaris panjang to your exam. I hope you know this. Okay. Alright, so this is the line. Okay, let's panjangkan the other line also lah. Okay, make it intersect. Okay. But later when we lower it, when we shade, okay, okay lah, no need lah, no need to make it touch lah, because later when we shade also, we will not shade this part. It's not, yeah, we will not shade bawah x-axis one, because everything is positive. Okay, that is why in the soalan they got mentioned here, other than x bigger 0, y bigger 0. Yeah, it means this is your x-axis, y-axis, your region, your shaded region mesti, how to say, your inequality is this 3 inequality, but there's another 2 inequality, x bigger 0, y bigger 0, everything positive. Okay, nothing down here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so just write the equation now. 2x plus 3y equals 120. Remember to write the equation. The equation is also very important. It's important to write the equation. Okay, so let's write it. 2x plus 3y equals 120. Okay, let's write it here lah. 3y equals 120. Okay, let's go to the last line. The last garisan, 0, 0, and then the other one I haven't find it yet, right? But the equation is y equals 2x. So let's find a suitable point here. So the x you can ganti with any point, but don't choose 80. Yeah, don't choose 80, because if you choose x 80, you will get 80 times 2, which is 160, and you don't have 160 here. Okay, so you can choose something easier like 50, because if you choose x is 50, then what is 50 times 2? Your y will be 100. It means when x is 50, y is 100, and this point is easy to plot. Yeah, so 0, 0 join with 50, 100. So yeah, this one very easy. 0, 0 join with 50, 100. So 0, 0 is here, and then 50, 100 is, okay, this one have to make it smaller again. Okay, 50, 100 is, okay, this one is 50. This one is 50. and then naik sampai 100, so maybe it's here. Okay, and you have to join using pembaris panjang. So I'm just gonna tarik satu line like this, and then yeah. Okay, macam oh, let me adjust. Mm, Okay, macam ni. Okay, 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 okay. Oh no. Oh, okay, yes. All right. So this equation is y equals 2x. Is it? I- Just make sure. Okay, boleh, betul. Okay, no problem. Now we can load it. Now we can load it. So now we can shade the region. The soalan will always ask us to load it one. Okay, confirm. So you see here, construct and shade the region R. So mesti kena shade one. So when you shade, you will look at the inequality symbol, which this one lah, the bigger, smaller yang ni, right? Kalau bigger, kita lorek atas garisan. Kalau smaller, kita lorek bawah garisan. Tapi kita kena tengok dari Y. We have to look, how to say, tengok the symbol dari Y and make sure the Y is positive. So let's look at the first one. Adakah Y positive? Yes, depan Y is positive. So we have to tengok dari Y and look at the symbol here. It's smaller, right? It means I have to lorek bawah garisan. But which garisan? There's so many garisan. The 5x plus 3y punya garisan. Okay, that's why I asked you to write the equation. Okay, so the 5x plus 3y punya garisan is this one, right? So I have to lorek bawah garisan ni. It means my region R confirm it has to be bawah this garisan. So it's either here, it's either here, it's either here, or it's either here. Okay, because below this garisan ma. So it's either here. This is the four possible position lah. It's not possible for it to be below x-axis ataupun on the left side y-axis. It's not possible because I already mentioned everything positive. Okay, now look at the second inequality. Have to make sure y positive dulu. Okay, adakah y positive? Yes, positive 3. And then tengok dari y. Bigger. Oh, bigger. So I have to lorek atas garisan. But which garisan? The 2x plus 3y punya garisan. So which one is the 2x plus 3y punya garisan? This one. This one. This one is the 2x plus 3y garisan. So imagine you want to lorek atas garisan ni. Because bigger. So it means you have to erase this. Okay. Erase this and also erase this lah because atas garisan. So confirm is either this or this. Okay, but I don't know which one. I still have to look at the third inequality baru saya boleh tahu. So the third inequality, same thing, you have to make sure y positive. If your y negative, then you have to pindah to the other side and then tengok dari sini dah. Kalau y negative, okay, make sure y positive and then tengok dari y. So it's bigger. So you have to lorek atas garisan. It means the shaded region is above the line. Okay, it's on top of this line. Y bigger than 2x. So which line? Y equals to x, bigger. So y equals to x, lorek atas. So y equals to x is which garisan? Is this garisan, right? And lorek atas. So lorek atas means I know where's my shaded region R lah. This one lah. This one is your shaded region, right? But let's erase nicely, okay? So this one, make sure you have to erase, because if you write like this, then later they thought that's your shaded region, then it's salah already. Okay, and then I make sure I write this nicely also. So this is your answer. This is your R. Okay. And then when we shade, we try to shade using pembaris panjang so that it looks nice. Okay. So this is how I will shade it. Yeah, you can use ruler to draw it. If you use ruler, then all the lines will be parallel and it will look very nice. Okay. So yeah, this is your shaded region. Let's shade lorek sini, and then lorek sini, and then lorek sini, and then one more. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so this is the answer lah. And make sure when you lorek, don't lorek until the left side of the y-axis. It's not possible to have like negative one. Okay, so don't do that. All right. They already say there is two more hidden inequality: x bigger 0, y bigger 0. It means you cannot lorek on the left side of the y-axis. Okay, everything is positive. Okay, so that's it. This is the B answer, 3 marks. Okay, now we can do our C lah, right? So what the C wants, let's read the question. So use the graph in 14B, answer the following question. Number 1, if the company decided to sell 15 tin A, find the range of tin B to be sold. Okay, if they say 15 tin A means x equals 15 or y equals 15? X equals 15 or y equals 15? When x equals 15, because number of tin A is represented by x. So x is the number of tin A. And then they want you to find the range of tin B, means they want to find the range of y. Okay, but how to find the range of y? Okay, you find the y minimum first. After you find the y minimum, find the y maximum. And I remember a lot, how to say, like, got a few student, they tell me, have to take the Y maximum tolak dengan Y minimum. Okay. Okay, salah, salah. You cannot tolak. Okay, because I think the student confused with the mathematic chapter, because mathematic, there's a chapter called measures of dispersion, sukatan, serakan, and when you find the range julat, you have to take the besar tolak kecil, right? But this one is Addmaths, is different. You don't write the range like that. The range you have to write in this format, like this, and then you have to write Y in the middle. Here you have to write the smaller number. Here you have to write the bigger number. It means in between. Okay, and make sure you write the small number in front and the big number in front. This is how we write the range. Okay, it means the minimum have to place in it, the maximum have to place in it. Okay. But before that, let's find out our Y minimum, Y maximum first. So let's go to our graph. Pergi ke x-axis, cari 15. So let's go x-axis, cari 15. Okay, so this is x15. And what you do, tarik satu dotted line. And the moment the dotted line touches the shaded region, you terus tarik to y-axis. This is your minimum. It means if you want minimum, you will wait until the first contact point with the shaded region and then tarik. That one is Y minimum. Then what about Y maximum? Maximum, you will tarik sampai, you will keep going. Sampai the last contact point with the shaded region. So which one is the last contact point with the shaded region? This one, right? If you keep going, there's no shaded region. There's no point. If you keep pergi atas, atas tak ada shaded region. So why you continue? There's no shaded region here, right? So everything depends on your shaded region. That's why you naik sampai sini and then baru tarik, right? So 85 lah. So 85 is your maximum. 30 is your minimum. So this is your answer. Minimum 30, maximum 85. But they ask for range. Range means you have to write in this format and then write Y in between 30, 85. Always write the small number in front. Okay? So this is your answer. Okay? Hope you understand. I think there's one more question. Let's finish it. Soalan number 2. Let's go. Calculate the maximum profit that the company will gain if the profit for one tin A is 50 ringgit and the profit for one tin B is 25 ringgit. So we can form an equation for total profit, right? Don't write maximum profit first, write total profit first. So what with the total profit? Okay, for one tin A, the profit is 50 ringgit for one tin A, but there's X amount of tin A, so there will be the total profit will be 50X plus with 25 ringgit is for one tin B profit, but there's Y numbers of tins, so 25Y. And then what you have to do now, this question you have to slide, is the sliding question. Okay, I call it the sliding question because later you have to use the pembaris to slide until the last bucu, because it's maximum, right? And the step is always like this. You have to take this everything here, write it again here, and then equal, and then choose the LCM. What is LCM? LCM means lowest common multiple ataupun gandaan sepunya terkecil, right? So what is the gandaan sepunya terkecil for 50 and 25? 50. 50 is the lowest common multiple because 50 times 1 is 50, 25 times 2 is 50. So yeah, 50. And then what you do is you find 2 points and then draw this line later in your graph paper. And usually when I find points, I always use x0, y0. Okay. So when x is 0, it means 50 times 0, this whole thing becomes 0. So your y will be 50 divided 25, which is 2. All right. And then when your y 0 means this whole thing becomes 0. Okay? And then 50 divided 50 is going to be 1. Right. And then we have to plot the 0, 2 and 1, 0. Right. But if you plot 0, 2, 1, 0, it's very difficult actually. Yeah. The point will be so near. So how to fix this? You can make this 500. Okay. Yeah. You can tambah 108. Actually, you can write whatever number here. Okay. It's just that I recommend lowest common multiple. Okay. You want your number, because for example, if you write 300 here, then you sendiri susah lah, because 300 divide 50 is like so difficult to divide, right? That is why I always say choose the lowest common multiple. Okay, and why I tambah 1 is to make the point easier to divide, because when you tambah 1, this will become 20, this will become 10, right? And now it becomes easy to plot already. Where is 0, 20? This one lah, 0, 20. Okay, and then 10, 0 is this one, right? And then when you garis, remember to use dotted line and make sure you use ruler. Okay, so yeah. Okay, and don't forget to write the equation 50x plus 25y equals 500. Okay, so this is the equation 50x plus 25y equals, yeah, 0, 20, 10, 0. Let's check again. Yep, correct. So now now we can focus on finding the maximum profit, right? So what I have to do now is they want to find maximum profit, right? So we will use this formula, which is 50x plus 25y. Tapi the xy you have to ganti dengan apa tau? You have to look at your graph paper and remember this, jawapan mesti berada di bucu. The answer will always be at the corner of the shaded region. What is the corner? It means the vertices. All right. So if you look at this shaded region, there's how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, answer will always be at the corner. Jawapan mesti berada di bucu. So one of these bucu would be the answer. But which one? Which one? Okay, very easy. You have to slide. You have to do the sliding, okay? And you have to slide until the last bucu you jumpa, because they ask for maximum. If they ask for minimum, you will slide until the first bucu. The first bucu you contact, dengan which bucu you first contact, that's the minimum one. But if they want maximum, you have to slide until the last bucu you jumpa, right? So out of these 4 bucu, how to know how to slide? First, you need 2 ruler. The first you will put your ruler like this, all right? Make sure this ruler is a line with this dotted line, and then another ruler you put down here, and what you do is you will slide, right? And when you slide, eventually your ruler will reach here, right? Will reach here. Okay, it will sampai sini. And this is when your ruler sentuh the first bucu. But this is not the answer, because I need to the maximum. It means I have to keep sliding, and then eventually your ruler will reach here. This is the second bucu you jumpa, right? But they want maximum means you have to go until the last bucu, right? So last bucu means you have to keep going lagi tau. Yeah, you have to keep going lagi until eventually you will go to the eventually it will be the last bucu, and it's either this bucu or this bucu, right? But I already do it just now. It's actually this bucu. Yeah, it means if you use 2 ruler and slide, eventually the last bucu is this one. It means when you touch this bucu, oops, what happened? Uh, Minimize. Okay, so it means when you sampai this bucu here, there is still plenty of shaded region here. You faham maksud saya? When you reach this bucu, it means this is not the maximum. You still have to keep going. You still have to keep sliding, keep pushing until it reach this bucu. And this is where you will draw a dotted line. And let me tell you, this dotted line and this dotted line will be parallel, right? Because when you slide, push like this, you are, how to say, you are maintaining the gradient of the line. You are making sure that it's parallel all the way. Okay, so when you slide until here, that's when you stop and then draw a dotted line, and these 2 dotted line will be parallel. Okay, and now you have to use this bucu coordinate for the answer, and I recommend writing the coordinate down. Okay, so the coordinate is 30, 60. Let the pemeriksa know which point you are using. So 30, 60 is the point that you will use to find the maximum profit. So now you will go to your working, and then ganti x 30, y 60, and now you just press calculator, then you're done already. 50 times 30 plus 25 times 60. Okay, my calculator give me 3,000. And so that's the answer lah. But write RM because this is profit. So that's all. That's the answer. Okay, so this is worth 10 marks. It's a 10 marks question. So that's your section C done already. Okay, number 15 is kinematics. I will not do it. All right. Okay, that's just how it is. All my paper 2 videos, I never did the kinematic question. So that's all. Kertas pemeriksaan tamat. Okay, bye bye. See you. Okay, I don't know when, because this is my last video already. So I don't know when I will upload my next video. But for now, I will stop for a while because this is my last video before the SPM. Okay, so good luck for SPM. Hope you can get A plus. All right. So that's all. Hope this video helps. Okay, bye bye.